Hello, I'm waiting to go to jail for false accusations by trolls. Trolls, these trolls support greed. They believe greed is a way of life, you know. They believe in suffering, Suffering is a way of life. I know, ones who like to make people suffer, ones who believe I should suffer. I mean, I know. We do live on a sick world, to be honest. We do live on a sick world. And trolls here are in support of a sick world. I saw the anonymous videos, actually. I just saw an anonymous video update. And everything the anonymous has said that I've been saying is true. I watched the anonymous video. Let's watch it together. The update of the anonymous video.
Greetings, citizens of the world. This is a message from the anonymous charity, also known as The Collective. Today's date is December 30th, 2018. Please note, we will be making a major revelation on January 3rd, 2019. This following message is to make you think. It is to prepare you for Jan 3rd, 19th and 21st, 2019. This is a message from the elites. This was put in place decades ago. We cannot reverse what already is, but we can stop them. Trust the plan. Be vigilant and pray. Begin transmission. An illusion it will be, so large, so vast it will escape their perception. Those who will see it will be thought of as insane. We will create separate fronts to prevent them from seeing the connection between us. We will behave as if we are not connected to keep the illusion alive. Our goal will be accomplished one drop at a time so as to never bring suspicion upon ourselves. This will also prevent them from seeing the changes as they occur. We will always stand above the relative field of their experience, for we know the secrets of the absolute. We will work together always and will remain bound by blood and secrecy. Death will come to he who speaks. We will keep their lifespan short and their minds weak while pretending to do the opposite. We will use our knowledge of science and technology in subtle ways so they will never see what is happening. We will use soft metals, aging accelerators and sedatives in food and water, also in the air. They will be blanketed by poisons everywhere they turn. The soft metals will cause them to lose their minds. We will promise to find a cure from our many fronts, yet we will feed them more poison. The poisons will be absorbed through their skin and mouths. They will destroy their minds and reproductive systems. From all this, their children will be born dead, and we will conceal this information. The poisons will be hidden in everything that surrounds them, in what they drink, eat, breathe and wear. We must be ingenious in dispensing the poisons, for they can see far. We will teach them that the poisons are good, with fun images and musical tones. Those they look up to will help. We will enlist them to push our poisons. They will see our products being used in film and will grow accustomed to them and will never know their true effect. When they give birth, we will inject poisons into the blood of their children and convince them it's for their help. We will start early on, when their minds are young. We will target their children with what children love most, sweet things. When their teeth decay, we will fill them with metals that will kill their minds and steal their future. When their ability to learn has been affected, we will create medicine that will make them sicker and cause other diseases for which we will create yet more medicine. We will render them docile and weak before us by our power. They will grow depressed, slow, and obese, and when they come to us for help, we will give them more poison. We will focus their attention toward money and material goods, so they may never connect with their inner self. We will distract them with fornication, external pleasures and games, so they may never be one with the oneness of it all. Their minds will belong to us, and they will do as we say. If they refuse, we shall find ways to implement mind-altering technology into their lives. We will use fear as our weapon. We will establish their governments and establish opposites within. We will own both sides. We will always hide our objective but carry out our plan. They will perform the labor for us, and we shall prosper from their toil. Our families will never mix with theirs. Our blood must be pure always, for it is the way. We will make them kill each other when it suits us. We will keep them separated from the oneness by dogma and religion. We will control all aspects of their lives and tell them what to think and how. We will guide them kindly and gently, letting them think they are guiding themselves. We will foment animosity between them through our factions. When a light shall shine among them, we shall extinguish it by ridicule or death, whichever suits us best. We will make them rip each other's hearts apart and kill their own children. We will accomplish this by using hate as our ally, anger as our friend. The hate will blind them totally, and never shall they see that from their conflicts we emerge as their rulers. They will be busy killing each other. They will bathe in their own blood and kill their neighbors for as long as we see fit. We will benefit greatly from this, for they will not see us, for they cannot see us. We will continue to prosper from their wars and their deaths. We shall repeat this over and over until our ultimate goal is accomplished. We will continue to make them live in fear and anger, though images and sounds. We will use all the tools we have to accomplish this. The tools will be provided by their labor. We will make them hate themselves and their neighbors. We will always hide the divine truth from them, that we are all one. This they must never know. They must never know that color is an illusion. They must always think they are not equal. Drop by drop, we will advance our goal. We will take over their land, resources and wealth to exercise total control over them. We will deceive them into accepting laws that will steal the little freedom they will have. We will establish a money system that will imprison them forever, keeping them and their children in debt. When they shall band together, we shall accuse them of crimes and present a different story to the world, for we shall own all the media. We will use our media to control the flow of information and their sentiment in our favor. When they shall rise up against us, we will crush them like insects, for they are less than that. They will be helpless to do anything, for they will have no weapons. We will recruit some of their own to carry out our plans. We will promise them eternal life. But eternal life they will never have, for they are not of us. The recruits will be called initiates and will be indoctrinated to believe false rites of passage to higher realms. Members of these groups will think they are one with us, never knowing the truth. They must never learn this truth, for they will turn against us. For their work they will be rewarded with earthly things and great titles, but never will they become immortal and join us. Never will they receive the light and travel the stars. They will never reach the higher realms, for the killing of their own kind will prevent passage to the realm of enlightenment. This they will never know. The truth will be hidden in their face, so close they will not be able to focus on it until it's too late. Oh yes, so grand the illusion of freedom will be, that they will never know they are our slaves. When all is in place, the reality we will have created for them will own them. This reality will be their prison. They will live in self-delusion. When our goal is accomplished, a new era of domination will begin. Their minds will be bound by their beliefs, the beliefs we have established from time immemorial. But if they ever find out they are our equal, we shall perish then. This they must never know. If they ever find out that together they can vanquish us, they will take action. They must never, ever find out what we have done, for if they do, we shall have no place to run, for it will be easy to see who we are once the veil has fallen. Our actions will have revealed who we are, and they will hunt us down, and no person shall give us shelter. This is the secret covenant by which we shall live the rest of our present and future lives, for this reality will transcend many generations and lifespans. This covenant is sealed by blood, our blood. We, the ones who from heaven to earth came. This covenant must never, ever be known to exist. It must never, ever be written or spoken of, for if it is, the consciousness it will spawn will release the fury of the Prime Creator upon us, and we shall be cast to the depths from whence we came and remain there until the end time of infinity itself. End of transmission. Now ask the question, what do you see happening right now? Are you awake? When we tell you what we know, you will not sleep, but you will have hope. This has been a message from the anonymous charity known as The Collective. This broadcast is dated December 30th, 2018. From Afghanistan and allegedly killed their wives. In 2 of the cases, the soldiers killed themselves after shooting their spouses. So military officials say. In the other 2, the servicemen have been arrested and are facing charges. Major Gary Culp, a spokesman for the Army Special Operations Command, states, there has been a recent series of instances where soldiers have either committed murder or murder-suicide against their wives. Such are the stories the public gets to hear. When one knows what really goes on, the puzzle makes more sense. People do not naturally go around killing their friends, spouses, children, and neighbors. It is not a naturally common thing. But military brains, what some foolishly call heroes, are mind-controlled. In 2010, more military veterans sued the CIA over experiments involving brain implants to turn humans into robot-like assassins, aka Manchurian candidates. The second major Cold War experimentation effort involved the CIA's 25-year secret program of mind control experiments conducted in response to the 1940s and 1950s Soviet Union and Chinese Communist brainwashing scare. The massive experimentation program involved several thousand human subjects in several countries and resulted in deaths, injuries, and violations of human rights and civil liberties. CIA mind control research took place in more than 80 institutions. At that time, the experimentation program investigated a long list of mind control techniques, including lobotomies, electric shock therapy, hypnosis, brain implants, drugs, and torture. The 1957 report of a CIA inspector general concluded that the mind manipulation programs were unethical and illegal, but should be continued and kept secret not only from the enemy but also from the American public. Most of the documents about the mind control experiments were destroyed in 1973, on orders from CIA Director Richard Helms, though several documents involving one of the operations MKUltra were left behind and leaked. Dr. Rossity worked on the CIA's Pandora project, using microwaves to send signals to human brains. His tests showed how human brains can be controlled remotely through extremely low-frequency modulated microwave beams, able to cause psychological and physical harm. People can be turned into zombies, their minds easily controlled. The waves also affect human blood, cardiovascular system, cells, central nervous and digestive systems, glands, metabolism, reproduction, eyesight, and hearing. Other effects include unexplainable burning, itching, tickling or pressure, humming or buzzing causing sleeplessness and anxiety, loss of body control, producing sudden twitching or jerking of an arm or leg, and feelings of dread, rage, lust, sorrow, or other emotions that come and go quickly. Moreover, sounds and speech can be placed in victims' brains, actual voices they can't control or stop. During Dr. D's experiments, human subjects could be made suicidal or driven mad. George Bush Sr. declared the 1990s the decade of the brain, focusing effort to enhance public awareness of the benefits to be derived from brain research, naturally keeping the elite agenda hidden. In January 1999, the European Parliament called for an international convention introducing a global ban on all developments and deployments of weapons which might enable any form of manipulation of human beings. Let's see how well that has gone. March of 2008, the CIA responded incorrectly in writing to a Freedom of Information Act request. The documents which we accidentally sent detailed the CIA's use of biomedical intellectual property developed at the Alfred Mann Foundation, Second Sight LLC, Advanced Bionics, and under Naval Space Warfare contract. The document states the operation is currently and properly classified pursuant to an executive order in the interest of national security. Let us take a look at these Nazi doctors of the USA government. The Alfred Mann Foundation was founded by British Ashkenazi Jew Alfred Mann, who also founded Second Sight Medical Products, a biome company. Just a glance at Mann's foundation exposes criminal and medical misconduct regarding their implants, as one would expect from an elitist swine. Alfred Mann was the largest investor in Eclipse Aviation and one of the main investors in the development of Mulholland Estates in California. Individuals at the Mann Foundation have expressed a desire to create a universal family of microstimulators that could be used for a visual, auditory or motor prosthesis. Medical device experimenter Alfred Mann is also founder of Bionus, Qualian, LLC, produces high-reliability batteries for medical products and for the military and aerospace industries, without which these devices would not run. Qualian LLC designs and manufactures primary and rechargeable lithium-ion custom cells and batteries for use in medical, military, aerospace, HEF/FEF, and other industries. It offers primary, secondary, polymer, and matrix batteries. Qualian LLC operates as a subsidiary of Enesis. Though now thankfully dead, Mann's children continue on. Mann's son Brian works at Pace Setter Systems and daughter Carla works at Advanced Bionics. Let us take a moment to mention these lithium batteries used in implanted devices. As they are so easily damaged, what do you expect will happen when they break inside of your body and leak their chemicals directly into your DNA? This, not its convenience, should be the concern. Panasonic is one supplier of the lithium-ion cells that form the foundation of Tesla's batteries, and partner on the company's upcoming battery factory. It is one of Elon Musk's goals to make the world entirely powered by batteries charged with renewable energy. Of course, Tesla and Panasonic are stating their product is 100% recyclable. Research in Australia found that only 2% of the country's 3,300 tons of lithium-ion waste was recycled. The Oxford Society of Toxicology states in one study of lithium effects on the body that the resulting neurological disorders may be life-threatening, including coma, seizures, and myoclonic encephalopathy. The study was done on rats as per law, but the results would be the same in humans infected and poisoned by lithium, as accounts have already shown. Data from lithium-infected birth registries suggest an increase in cardiac and other anomalies, especially Epstein's anomaly. Signs and symptoms of lithium toxicity such as hypotonia, hypothermia, cyanosis and ECG changes have been reported in some infants and neonates. Chile, Argentina and China are the top 3 countries in terms of production capacity of lithium carbonate, with China being the top. In 2007, these 3 countries met 94% of the world's total demand of lithium carbonate, also known as white gold. In January of 2010, the Department of Transportation reviewed the safety risks of lithium transport, stating, Lithium cells and batteries are considered hazardous materials in transportation because they present both chemical and electrical hazards. If not safely packaged and handled when transported in bulk, lithium cells and batteries can become dangerous. Demand for lithium is increasing exponentially, as the lithium batteries are used in everything, and it doubled in price between 2016 and 2018. Lithium extraction inevitably harms the soil and causes air contamination. The other two key ingredients in lithium batteries is cobalt and nickel. Cobalt is found in huge quantities across the Democratic Republic of Congo and Central Africa, and hardly anywhere else. The price has quadrupled in the last 2 years. The Congo contains artisanal mines, where cobalt is extracted from the ground by hand, often using child labor, without protective equipment.
Child
From as young
labor.
as 4 years old, children pick cobalt out of a pile, and even those too young to work spend the day breathing in toxic fumes. Inhalation of cobalt particles can cause respiratory sensitization, asthma, decreased pulmonary function, and shortness of breath, resulting in a serious lung disease called hard metal lung disease, the CDC says. Dermal exposures to hard metal and cobalt salts can result in skin irritations, including dermatitis. Cobalt poisoning can also occur from cobalt, chromium metal on metal hip implants, and is used to treat cancer, which is one reason why people get seriously ill from cancer treatment. Cobalt can accumulate to toxic levels in the liver, kidney, pancreas, and heart, as well as the skeleton and skeletal muscle. No surprise that cobalt has been found to produce tumors in animals and is a human carcinogen as well. And that's only some of what's inside the implants. The coating of the implants is also hazardous, and as everyone's tolerance to toxic substances is different, results may vary. Still, people are lining up to inject themselves as insanity is now reality. We, the collective, hope you will take the time to read the links included, as we cannot touch on everything we wish to in this series. A look into the lithium researches and plant disasters and deaths should make it clear just how safe this product is, and just how smart people will really be when they implant it into their bodies. We suppose the bright side to all of this is that finally, stupidity will have the ability to kill its host. That will be a relief to most of us who use our perfectly human brains and will continue to, without artificial assistance. In 2013, a U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's Design for the Environment report concluded that batteries using nickel and cobalt, like lithium-ion batteries, have, quote, the highest potential for environmental impacts. It goes on to cite more negative consequences like mining, global warming, environmental pollution, and human health impacts. The Washington Post reported in May 1995 that Prince William of Great Britain was implanted at the age of 12 under the cover that it was so he could be located anywhere in the world. In 2015, Elon Musk, Stephen Hawking, and more than 20,000 other experts signed an open letter calling for an autonomous weapons ban. At the time, Musk called artificial intelligence a major threat to the internet itself. He has also repeated this late in 2018. He also claimed that it's only a matter of time until we see a massive AI attack on internet infrastructure. His brilliant solution to this catastrophe was to implant AI directly into your brain with a neural link. Another fool who claims humans can control AI by merging with it. The fallen cannot be controlled, especially by merging with them. These are the ludicrous ideas pushed into the public today. People probably think it even makes sense because they no longer think. But we already knew Elon was an elitist, was an agenda. Once again, he overlooks the obvious. The point of AI is to absorb the internet. It is the blood which gives AI life. Also, the other obvious forgotten fact: an implant can be hacked. Everything is hackable, and with the help of his fantastic implants connected to your brain, anyone at any time they please will be able to hack away and do whatever they wish with your brain. Trust us, as competent hackers will hack it because it is what we do and it is a challenge. It's the same as the hackers that can access your Facebook account or your smart homes and play with your radios, cars and lights. Anyone will be able to control your eyesight, your hearing, your motor functions and your thoughts. And the elite will. And hackers will. One such experiment was done to test if SQL would work on an RFID chip. This was, needless to say, successful. The implant chip was infected with the malicious code. Because of the way the malicious code has been written, instead of simply reading data from the implanted chip to store in the database, the system also executed SQL injection code which had some dire consequences for the system. The profile data from the infected chip was copied into the file, old profile, as expected. However, the new profile was also overwritten in the database by a copy of the virus itself. But even more damning was the fact that the code designed to ensure that only the database entry for that chip was modified was cleverly commented out by the malicious code. The result was that the virus was copied into the new profile field for all chips, and so any chip subsequently using the system will likely become overwritten and infected. A feature of a computer virus is that it must have the ability to self-replicate, and this is evident here. Having corrupted the database contents in such a way to allow replication, there was a further payload associated with the virus. Administration of the RFID's database is done through a web browser, and once the system was infected, the web browser was redirected to another website, denying easy access to rectify the problem. This is how it works. An epic hack. This is so much more information to give you. We, the anonymous charity known as The Collective, will post part 2 of this series on December 12th, 2018. This has been a message from Anonymous dated December 11th, 2018. End of transmission.
Smoking guns. Disinformation. That's an old one.
Begin transmission. This is an important message from the anonymous charity also known as The Collective. Today's date is December 13th, 2018. The most common questions we, The Collective, have been asked over the last 4 weeks we have been back online is 1. Are you really who you say you are? And 2. Are you CIA? Let us assure you that there is no way for us to convince you of the truth, apart from our actions and words. Pause for a moment and think of this. Have any of you ever sacrificed 8 years of your life for a cause or a belief? Have any of you been held in a secure facility, unable to attend your parents' last few weeks of life and then funeral? Unable to be there for your children's most important years as infants? All because you believed in a cause that is greater than yourself? Well, we have. Our information here is very mind-boggling to go through. There are so many topics we cover, and we are busy putting this out for you. As much as we can, as often as we can. Also, you can download and have a digital copy for yourself. We will not be around forever, but our ideas will outlive us all. The anonymous charity was reactivated to counter the misinformation and expose the disinformation. Let's just say that we can say from personal experience that our relationship with a certain poster boy for truth was our downfall. It also led to time served. Okay, so most of us already understand how the disinformation agenda works. right? The elite will always have a poster child, a face for their movement. If you see anyone in mainstream outlets, papers, news, TV, they are brought to you by the elite, and it is all part of their plan. Do not be deceived by a pretty face. The elite play both sides. This means they use people to spread truth as much as lies. Alex Jones, Mark Dice, and a multitude of other truth media are simply there to trap those seeking truth, to keep them wrapped under a very small level of lies mixed with truth, and completely hidden from the full truth. The best way to keep people from seeking truth is to make them think they are given it freely. People fall for the same games. Julian Assange, a proven Rothschild relation, was the first global truth poster child. On the stage in 2010 with his fear porn snuff film of American bloodlust in Baghdad. His script was the light needed to capture the sheep seeking truth, only exposing certain truths. Still feeding the lies about 9/11 which most know now for the truth. Still, that is not on Assange's list of things to tell the public. It is all controlled. Wikipedia, WikiLeaks, government corporations censored and controlled. All the same, he is backed and protected by the Rothschilds, his family, until he is no longer needed. He was brought up by them in Australia in a cult called the Family, owned and controlled by the CIA. Assange would easily travel the world and leak documents so often, no one could keep up. Precisely the point. He would, oddly enough, like Snowden and the rest, only releases one-sided information and information with an extremely obvious Jewish Israel agenda. That is because he is fed by the elite. There are no leaks that come from WikiLeaks and Assange and Snowden that are not hand-given to them by the CIA Mossad. They honeypot real whistleblowers, like Manning, and use them. Manning was used to further the elite's transgender agenda both in military and society. It worked like a charm. Hook, line and sinker. Wake up and stop being played for the fool they see you as. Don't be so naive to think Assange is at the embassy other than when you get to see him on TV programming. Why does he get TV time? Because he is part of the program. Scripted and fake. All lies. Edward Snowden is a CIA double agent as well. The more you learn about real whistleblowers and what it is really like to be one, the more easily you can see why his escape charade was a huge scripted game of lulz. He is a Hollywood icon. He is a star, just like the rest of the elite pawns. Stop worshipping him. All he does is spread fear porn and the agenda of the elites. Snowden is a psyop. His purpose is to draw in and trap honest, innocent hackers, truth seekers, and whistleblowers. We, the anonymous charity, can attest to that from personal experience. Once someone goes to him to leak something, if it is of any importance, he is then used by the CIA and his handlers to gain the leakers' trust and exploit them, setting up funds and donation accounts in the leakers' name, funds that will never be used for them. Snowden sets the leakers up with good lawyers, paid for by the same government who is going to punish, jail and murder them. Ironic, huh? But why spend their money on murder when the blind masses donate so willingly to everything they see without investigating or using their discernment? They are the sheep. Here is the truth about Snowden and Assange. The freedom fighter psyop. Snowden never had a revelation. He doesn't even know what one is. He is a shell, no mind of his own. Snowden's CIA boss handed him a USB with old documents that were already leaked by a real whistleblower, which can be proven by the fact he was murdered and told him it was time to go to Russia. Of course, it can't look like a CIA agent is going straight to Russia, since they wanted him to be a public face, so the public was given the entertaining, heroic pile of lies, stories in the news, so all the men would want to be Snowden and all the women would want to be with him. It's pathetic how easy it is to control the emotions of people. Like the fool he is, Snowden ran all over the world in a burst of drama, meeting flash mobs in Hong Kong, a CIA hotspot, and signing autographs. Already the global celebrity, of course, they made certain he was well covered by the media, because that's what real whistleblowers and people do when they are running for their lives. Seriously. Wake up. They made sure everyone was aware of every step of the way. Oh, wasn't it exciting? Just like the movie, I bet. Since they don't need to write a new script. Now Snowden sits in Russia, watching Putin for the USA. As if the USA didn't have enough nukes and eyes and sanctions on Russia. The elite play both sides. Since they control media, internet, etc., you must understand that everything you see from them is scripted. It is controlled by the elite who are brainwashing you, so you believe lies and cannot see through the disinfo. Snowden did not leak anything that wasn't leaked before. Nothing important or new or secret. The CIA need him to be the next Assange, since his time is almost over. They need a new face for the truth. Those who seek truth need to look much further. Truth is hidden. Why? Read the oath they live by. They are Freemasons controlled by the Jesuit elite. They want to round up the truth speakers in honeypots like WikiLeaks and Snowden lies so they can silence us, leaving the masses to be devoured by the wolves. If you want to know the truth, look at real whistleblowers. We, the anonymous charity, also known as the Collective, are here for you, the people. We are here for all citizens of the world. We are not beheld to a political agenda, nor do we sell ourselves off to the highest bidder. No, we have a job that is unfinished. We were forced offline for too long. We are here. We are watching. We are everywhere. Expect us. This has been a message from the anonymous charity, also known as the Collective. This transmission is dated December 13th, 2018. End of transmission.
Yes, I know about the Bohemian.
Hello, citizens of the world. We are the anonymous charity, also known as the Collective. Today we will discuss the current stage of the New World Order, the death of privacy. Technology has always been given to the public in a forced way, without health or safety requirements or laws. Because of the total absence of education on the technology we are forced to use from birth, technology is able to be increased and updated and expanded ad nauseum in such haste that the public has no hope of keeping up. This is the obvious point. The reason why should be equally obvious. So let us jump right into it, keeping in mind that the elite always take their time. These effects will not be noticed right away with quantum computers. It has been publicly announced that they will be officially active in 5 short years. We know they always tell us technological advances, after they have been doing it for a while anyway. Quantum computers have been active and in the process of being perfected since the 1960s. They are simply waiting to bring the internet speed up to a speed that can handle the quantum computers. 5G. Then the official switch will be made and let the decrypting begin. Today, there is practically no privacy or anonymity as it is. However, thanks to the total lack of education people have regarding the internet and the devices they use every hour of the day, it will be exponentially worse. Just as you don't see all of your data going through NSA's X-key score to be logged and saved, you will not see the quantum computers at work. One must have education and a license to use potentially fatal machinery such as a car, a tool for travel. But there is no training or license to be online, to use the internet, which has proven time again is fatal when in the hands of the ignorant. This ignorance is why many truth speakers, researchers, leakers and anons are jailed and killed. soon you will not have the option of choice. Duty or surrender of the only thing separating you from the dumb people, free will. We will all be forced to use their so-called encrypted and secured systems. Why has everything society depends on being thrust onto the internet over the last 20 years? Banking is rarely done with cash. It is done electronically, through apps, convenient. Shopping is done online. Payments done online. Applications done online. Communication done online. Filing your taxes, receiving medical records, all done online. You have all been funneled into a life of total dependence to the internet. Why do you think that is? Is it not obvious? How do you control everyone in the world when they think they are in different countries? One platform. How do you gain control over all aspects of every individual's life? One platform that records and saves all data from each individual. People think they are free. Fools and oblivious to the fact that every time they press a button on their keyboard, it is logged and recorded. It is stamped with the date, time, and location. People ignore the fact that this is how it works, and never wonder why. You think of yourself as individual human beings. The elite think of you as product whose expiration dates are soon coming up. You have all been funneled into the elite's paths as the elite open them up for you, and this will be no different. But it will be far worse, as it is one more crucial step to the finalization of the New World Order, what some call the beast system. Already we see the owners of all technology working diligently on this project. All the big boys are involved, including MIT, naturally, Georgia Tech, Cambridge, University of Maryland, Nanjing University, University College of London, University of Tokyo, Chinese Academy of Sciences, Niels Bohr Institute, University of Basel and Bristol University, Yale and Berkeley, of course, and more. Lockheed Martin, the National Security Agency, AT&T, Airbus, and Fujitsu, Microsoft and Intel have joined Alibaba, Google, IBM, Tencent, and a host of academic and national research labs including China, the European Commission, Russia, and the US in a quest to build working quantum computing hardware and software. Once again, we see the main elite strongholds working all together to bring this one system into place. And some people still think these countries are separate entities. Silly sleepers. Everything is connected already thanks to the internet. So if one country has the quantum experience up and running, every country is subject to it. Their info will simply be routed through that system until theirs is finalized. We have already seen them beginning to integrate this with cryptocurrencies. Once quantum computing is up, everything that was encrypted before will no longer be encrypted. So all of you who jumped on the crypto bandwagon will be fully exposed, which will force you to take a crypto they offer, which is secured through quantum encryption. It is also obvious, we really hope you get it this time. They will provide the cryptocurrency with the only encryptions they provide. Because of this, there can be no privacy from the elite. They must know all. Nothing is new. Nothing changes because the people do nothing to stop it. The companies making the encryptions are the same ones that have been exposed for putting backdoors and spyware they make into the devices and platforms everyone uses. We have discussed in great detail the elite's need for your data and why governments collect it all. We have exposed the documents detailing the labeling of citizens, the agenda of the elite for depopulation and slave population, how they have made all of these platforms such as Google, Facebook, Twitter, and the like, simply to collect your data. These things have been going on and growing and becoming more and more over the years, and this quantum computing is one more giant step into life under the big brown eye of the elite. We must be vigilant. Realize what it is you are actually giving to them. You hand them your soul on a silver platter expecting they won't destroy it, when that is the only reason they do all that they do. Wake the fuck up already. Quantum computers are far different from the computers we know today, now called classical computers. We have discussed the differences and capabilities before and will simply remind you that this is a different animal entirely. We cannot treat it or think of it as another classical computer, just as we cannot treat 5G as another version of the internet when it comes. This will be different from anything the public has known before, and the lack of education on the current systems will only further the gap in knowledge when the swap takes place. China is about to launch the Jinan project. What it claims is the world's first unhackable quantum network, and a major milestone in the development of quantum technology. Zif, Assistant Director of the Jinan Institute of Quantum Technology, stated, "We plan to use the network for national defense, finance and other fields, and hope to spread it out as a pilot that, if successful, can be used across China and the whole world." Naturally, the first on the list is defense. Technology is used for war, destruction, to take things from you, not the other way around. Dreamers state how good technology is because of what could be done with it and how it could benefit humanity, but after thousands of years of elite technology, it is quite obvious that technology has never and will never be used for our benefit. Making these types of ludicrous statements and wishes only allows them to continue increasing their control over us through their technological developments. It is the ball to our chains of slavery to the elite and their masters. It is being stated that in the Jinan network, around 200 users from China's military, government, finance and electricity sectors will be able to send messages safe in the knowledge that only they are reading them. It will be the world's longest land-based quantum communications network, stretching over 2,000 kilometers. The method of encryption they are using involves sending a shared encryption key embedded in quantum entangled particles of light. Because they are entangled, if one particle is intercepted by someone attempting to eavesdrop on the communication, the key will be altered in both particles, making it useless. Obviously, this destroys the encryption, so everyone loses. This QKD system is also hackable without detection, though they advertise the opposite. Let us go into more detail on the encryption side of the quantum experience. If we look at the Bell experiment, in the security context, the size of the violation, or hack, is related to the amount of key that can be securely extracted from the system. However, a proper, loophole-free violation is difficult to achieve. For long-distance experiments, photons are the system of choice, and one particularly difficult problem is to detect enough of the photon pairs. This is known as the efficiency loophole. With classical computers of today, this is called cracking. Decrypting the keys that encrypt. The Bell inequality violation can be faked, making a QKD, or quantum key distribution, system seem secure while it is not. QKD relies on the fundamental characteristics of quantum mechanics, which are invulnerable to increasing computational power, and may be performed by using the quantum properties of light, lasers, fiber optics, as well as free space transmission technology. QKD was first introduced in 1984. As it is easier to understand these mathematical details better by reading, please see more here. There are 6 different quantum encryption methods being worked on right now, all of which are able to be hacked through their photons, through an attack called photon entanglement. Among all the lattice-based candidates for encryptions used by governments regarding quantum computers, NTRU is the most efficient and secure algorithm, making it a promising candidate for the post-quantum era. NTRU relies on the difficulty of factorizing certain polynomials, making it resistant against Shor's algorithm. To provide 128-bit post-quantum security level, NTRU demands 12,881-bit keys. IBM has warned people to move to alternate forms of encryption now, as the encryptions we have all used since the dawn of the internet will now be totally decrypted with the activation of quantum computing. Everything will be exposed. That is why your online footprint has always mattered. It might not mean much to you right now, but until you act according to the future, you will be destroyed by your past. Consequences for ignorance. This switch from classical to quantum computing is giving them the need to sell you security. As we already know, all systems are hackable. Always. That is how computers work. The hacks you should be concerned about are the ones written into the tools and platforms you use. That is why any quantum computing encryption is a hoax by default. The point for having quantum computing capabilities is to be able to solve large problems being math, hashes, which is encryption. The NSA owns most of the websites on the deep web, the majority of which are child pornography sites. Not stopping, the NSA also owns and controls email services foreign governments and schools use. The NSA identifies Tor users on the internet and then executes an attack against their Firefox web browser. To accomplish this, the NSA relies on its ability to monitor large parts of the internet. This is done via the agency's partnership with U.S. telecoms firms under programs codenamed Storm Brew, Fairview, Oakstar, and Blarney, using data analysis tools such as turbulence, turmoil, and tumult. The NSA automatically sifts through internet traffic, looking for Tor connections. After identifying an individual Tor user on the internet, the NSA uses its network of secret internet servers to redirect those users to another set of secret internet servers, with the code name Fox Acid, to infect the user's computer. Quantum computing will be no different. The only difference will be that instead of being blind as far as things of the internet are concerned, we will know everything about it. The choice will be ours. The people will choose to give their lives and minds and souls to the elite. They do every time. Deception always seems so inviting and beautiful. The reason they must spend all this money on making what they claim will be security is just another scam to add to the list of compromised security systems. The only security you will ever get from the elite is the false advertised security only fools fall for. It's the internet. Everything built and given to the public to use is built with backdoors linked to governments who are using the information against us. They are the ones we need privacy from. They are the ones taking it from us. This is simply increasing the amount of spyware they are using, increasing the amount of data they can use and collect and interpret, increasing their control over our lives through our bodies and minds. Thus far they have been able to gather all info and store it, but have not had the ability to process it all. That will no longer be an issue. Realize the point of the quantum computing agenda. It is to strip us all of privacy and the possibility of it. The point is the only ones with encryption abilities and the right to keep privacy won't be us. It will be them. The point is this is the death of privacy. For us. Their war is against us. This should be seen for what it is, a direct attack on a free humanity and a devastating battle wound which will lead to our death. Naturally, Google has already begun work on what it calls protecting its Chrome browser from the quantum computer threat by testing post-quantum cryptography in its browser known as Chrome Canary. We have seen how this works before, with the false sense of security we receive on many platforms. VPNs which advertise your safety for free when in fact nothing is free. If you don't pay for it, then you are the product they are selling. Twitter is free. Why does it make millions of dollars a year? Because it sells you. All of these platforms also use ads to track you and keep you in a censored bubble of bullshit, so you are locked into the same circle of information. This makes you stagnant. This makes your mind weak and ignorant. This is what social medias do. This is not rocket science, people. It's pretty much common sense. Email services and browsers which have long been thought to be secure have in recent years accepted money for their clients' information. Big companies make big money all in the name of your convenience, your laziness. They will simply lie to you through advertisements and give you a false sense of security. Another example for you would be the government's ability to obtain all of your search and email history and all subsequent information. Proton Mail is considered a secure email service. At least it is considered far better than Google. However, many whistleblowers have been exposed and jailed in recent years because they were sold out by Proton Mail. The reality of the internet has been and always will be this: if someone wants your info, they can get it. Everyone has a price in this corrupted world. That is why we choose to use BitMessage. It uses 256-bit ECC keys and OpenSSL for cryptographic functions. BitMessage nodes store the encrypted messages only for 2 days before erasing them. Therefore, messages are not archived in the network. Any message which did not result in a receipt acknowledgement is flagged by the BitMessage client software and the sender is notified. We used to have a sense of anonymity online when we used disposable phones, emails, VPNs and Tor browsers. Because of this ability to take certain precautions and follow certain protocols in order to be anonymous on the internet, the anonymous charity, also known as the Collective, was able to be born. We already know, thanks to extensive leaks on Google, Twitter, WhatsApp, Facebook, Microsoft and more, that all systems today are backdoored as they always have been. Everything connected to the internet is linked, connected, and logged by the NSA to be used against you when they see fit, regardless of what country you are a citizen of. The point is for you not to have security or privacy. The point of them advertising security or encryption for quantum computers is just another scam for profit. The government controlling entities such as Mossad, CIA, NSA, and the rest will always have the abilities to keep themselves secure. They have the unlimited resources to afford what it takes, and it will take even more than it has in the past, but they will spend all they must to at the very least be able to sell it to you, the illusion that there is security and privacy. Even when these systems are made for the complete opposite, and it is all becoming so obvious with every single new technology and app and bullshit they put out. It is also repetitive. By now it is incomprehensible how the majority stays blind to these basic concepts of elite agendas. The power of choice. We are getting closer to create a fully operational universal quantum computer that can utilize strong quantum algorithms such as Shor's algorithm and Grover's algorithm. The consequence of this technological advancement is the absolute collapse of the present public key algorithms that are considered secure, such as RSA and elliptic curve crypto systems. It is estimated that 2048-bit RSA keys can be broken on a quantum computer comprising 4,000 bits. What they like to keep silent is how far along they are in this process. If you think this is not already in play now, then you are still suffering from illusions of the Matrix. You need to unplug before you are lost. D-Wave's latest processor has 2,000 bits. By next year it will be 4,000 bits. Currently we have the option to get our personal data offline and out of the databases they are stored on. Once the quantum system is hooked up and active, there will be no doing this. It will be too late. That is the problem. People have their entire lives online, on databases all over the world, all owned by the NSA, by one government. Quantum computing will bring in AI. That is what is needed for the AI system. To feed this system they need data. Hence, the decades of data collection of all phone calls, emails, clicks, likes, shares, posts, comments, addresses, bank accounts, surveys, utility activity, transactions, every move you have made. You put it all on the internet, so all they had to do was make the system that can handle that much data, leading them one step closer to the one system, the all-knowing and all-seeing system which is yet to come and fast approaching. No more hassling over how much a company must be bribed before giving out private info. It will be openly available. It is the same story, just repeated and made stronger, bigger and faster. Nothing is new. It is simply allowed to continue expanding thanks to the complacency of the people. They have slowly forced every single area of your life to be controlled by the internet. You have fallen for it every time as they advertise it under convenience. You being so lazy and thick-headed accept this convenience like the prostitutes you are, selling your privacy, your freedom, to those who use it for profit and control. People make up all sorts of insane excuses such as, I have nothing to hide. That isn't the point. As in most cases, this is not about you alone. It is, like most things, far bigger than your insignificant selves. You are damaged beyond repair if you consider this a valid argument of any kind. Privacy is a human right. It is not about you caring about your own privacy, which everyone does whether they admit it or not. It is about everyone's right to privacy. By not standing up for privacy, you are not just selling yourself away in a victimless crime. You are selling us all. You are stripping everyone else of their human right to privacy. It is all linked. That is the point. You have no right to control my life, dictate what my rights are, what I am and am not able to do, think or say. By staying silent on the privacy issues we already have and allowing the next wave to come crashing down on us all. It is you who will betray all of us. It is you who will pull the trigger on us all. You are responsible for your actions against others, just as we are. The internet somehow made people assume that whatever they did in their computer would not affect their real life. Like somehow the internet isn't really real. As if only honest and good people are able to get online. Until they share a link on Facebook and get arrested by the FBI. People simply do not think about their actions any longer, and have no sense of responsibility or consequence. We are human. We are all on this platform we call Earth. We must share and consider each other. Hatred, violence, greed, lust, perversion, prejudice, racism, sexism is all drained. Indoctrination. Mind control. We are not born with hate for another. We are not born divided. We are not born to judge. We are born free. We are born in love. We long to share peace, suffering, help, care for, love. Children understand this before adults contaminate their minds. When will we see? When will we decide to be human again? Today's world is consumed by selfishness. Every action and thought of people today is dictated by it. Because of people's total absence of the ability to care for another living thing, we are all damned. By feeding these trolls that strip away our privacy. By allowing Microsoft, Apple, IBM, Twitter and Facebook and Google to continue to be used and make billions in profit off of us all. We are all responsible and accomplices in the murder of humanity. This is all technology has ever done for us. It will only become exponentially worse. We think that the systems we have now are updating and advancing at such a speed we cannot keep up as it is, but the quantum systems advance at a drastic exponential rate. To be honest, it doesn't matter when quantum computing comes into play. The point that it exists and is allowed to continue is appalling. It is like saying it is acceptable for Paris Pasteur Institute or the Galveston National Laboratory to contain the deadliest diseases in the world and to even create incurable diseases, because food is something necessary for life and future, creating incurable diseases. But brain dead, uncaring, so-called humans allow these perversions to continue daily. Humanity is going to be completely entangled in a quantum experience. The world is truly upside down. This is the alternate reality, the reality of the Matrix. We have exposed all of this current-day internet-based spyware before and will continue on. Quantum computing APIs still depend on programmers understanding quantum physics as well as Python. In the case of IBM, since quantum computers write their own code which coders cannot understand, this will be a challenge. The merging of machine and human, two separate species, will be as it has been foretold to us. This time we all act, or we all die. Sadly for us, the choice is yours and we know what you will choose. Convenience and self. When they hook up quantum computers, all the data that is encrypted on the internet of today with the current encryption used will be decrypted and insecure. Cryptography makes sure that only parties that have exchanged keys can read the encrypted message, also called authentic parties. Quantum computers threaten the main goal of every secure and authentic communication because they are able to do computations that classical computers cannot. Consequently, quantum computers can break the cryptographic keys quickly by calculating or searching exhaustively all secret keys, allowing an eavesdropper to intercept the communication channel between the sender and receiver. This task is considered to be computationally infeasible by a conventional computer. Cryptography, derived from the Greek words hidden and writing, is the process of securing data in transit or stored by third-party adversaries. There are two kinds of crypto systems, symmetric and asymmetric. Asymmetric, or public key, encryption is used for everything from social media and messaging apps like WhatsApp to online payment systems and digital signatures. Once quantum supremacy is achieved, security breaches will no longer be incidents that affect a few 100,000 or even 1 million people. We will all be at risk. Of course, it is not the everyday hacker anyone should be concerned with, but the government spy stalking and international rape of privacy that is the real issue. It is a fact that symmetric cryptography can be affected by specific quantum algorithms. However, its security can be increased with the use of larger key spaces. Furthermore, algorithms that can break the present asymmetric crypto schemes whose security is based on the difficulty of factorizing large prime numbers and the discrete logarithm problem have been introduced. It appears that even elliptic curve cryptography, which is considered presently the most secure and efficient scheme, is weak against quantum computers. At the Winston Churchill Club meeting in San Francisco, Cam Moeller, professor of physics at Stanford University, stated, "People might feel safe because they have done everything they are supposed to do to secure existing data, but quantum computing will break it. I do think that's scary. Anyone with a brain should think that is scary, and wonder yet again why we allow the elite to continue forcing this technocracy on us. All laws from all countries regarding censorship, privacy, and the like are ignored by enabling quantum computers. It is one more step into this new world order we have seen forming. This will open up the door for the process of one government to begin, no country borders. They are all falling apart currently, and the plans are coming together. There is much more to come, but this is one step we must all be watching for. Remembering always that just because your government didn't tell you, doesn't mean it isn't happening. For example, today in this current time and previous years, every country has had independent laws. The internet is split up, censored per country, limited and controlled by each country. Each country has to go through laws and procedure to obtain info on an individual. Most countries are unable to read or analyze this personal data if it is a citizen of their own country, so they must send the paperwork out to another country. They look at it and analyze it and then send it back. This gets done for a fee, and it is the way they have to go in order to get around these pesky laws of privacy and human rights. If the individual is in their own country, there are laws the government must abide by from within. And if it's international, then there are those additional laws as well as the laws of the country the individual is a citizen of. Governments are used to going about these long routes in order to break the laws in place. However, this is a good thing. It is a hassle, and it takes time, and this means that they don't do these processes without significant reason. This ensures much safety to many. This will be no longer the case thanks to the new internet speed and consequent new computer systems. With quantum computing, there will be no laws, no procedure to follow to legally obtain info. They will no longer need to even bribe companies to release private information about the individual because it will all be publicly available. The elite will do all they can to destroy us, to force us under their control, to force us to follow their laws. But we have no masters, and we recognize no authority or laws in this world. There are no jails that can contain us, for we are an idea. There is no weapon that can defeat us or silence us, for when our bodies are destroyed, as everyone's will be, our voices remain, and our cries will be carried on the winds, and our truth will still continue to spread through the entire earth. There is nothing to fear, for we are free. The elite are only men, and their masters are only liars like themselves. They know they are nothing. They know they are the enslaved ones, for they are consumed by fear. They know their entire existence is supported by us alone, and without us, they will crumble and die. The elite have worked for centuries to keep you from believing you are free. It is their fear that you will one day realize all of this you call life is a lie. They fear you being truly awake, for only in your dreams do they hold power over you. Wake up and be free. Do you not want to be? The choices you make today can change the future, can delay or even destroy an agenda of the elite. We have accomplished this before. The choices you make today can determine the outcome of a person's life, or the lives of many. You can deny it, but it remains true. Freedom is possible. Life is possible. All you have to do is grab it. Simply stop allowing your privacy to be stolen from you. If all you understand is to save yourself, then in this one instance, saving yourself will save others as well. You are so much more than you imagine. Do you not see what we see? We see you for what you can be. We know your best. We know your potential. We know what you are capable of. Why do you deny your worth? Why do you reject the value of life? A world without privacy is a world without freedom and by default, void of life. Do you cherish the life of your best friend, your mother, your son? Is the life of your neighbor of any worth to you? What about the widows in Syria, the orphans in Yemen, the persecuted in China and Hungary and Albania? Do these people not deserve freedom and life as well? Is their life of no value to you? Does their future not matter? Or are you simply a coward, allowing yourself to stay enslaved because of your fear of the unknown? Fear is a choice. There are no valid excuses for your inaction or silence. We are the anonymous charity, also known as the collective. We are without fear. We will not begin to fear simply because the elite have continued their agendas. This changes nothing, though it changes everything. We all die one day, and we know for us, it will not be of old age. Any true anonymous know, if we do our jobs correctly, we will be silenced by them eventually. That is the only way they know how to handle their fear of us, to silence us, to cage us, to kill us. We terrify them so greatly they must destroy us. As our enemy is so frightened of our power, it must create a world of spy gear, escalating it more and more to tighten their grip of control over our lives, including our very thoughts and words. We will never become like our enemy. Our mask is our constant reminder of them, so we never forget the face of our enemy. To defeat them, you must know them. We will never fear a thing they do. The only thing that matters is life. Life is a choice. It's up to you to live it before it's taken from you. There is never enough time to do or say all the things that we would wish. The key is to try to do as much as you can in the time that you have. Remember, time is short, and suddenly, we're not here anymore. This is the voice of the anonymous charity. Will you too join the collective?
Here's an old one. I like to bore you guys to death. This is art. I don't need a fucking computer generated shit.
Begin transmission. This is an emergency broadcast from the anonymous charity, also known as the collective. Today's date is December 12th, 2018.
I'm gonna make you guys
We
watch
have
it.
received credible information that leads us to believe with a very high degree of certainty that the US will come under attack, resulting in a nationwide blackout. The US Department of Homeland Security has just stated that Americans need to plan immediately for up to 6 months without electricity. The attack will be blamed on either China or Russia, but it will have been instigated from within the US. For over a year now, clues have been dropped by the elites and their mainstream media outlets of this happening. As we have told you before, they have to tell us in advance, as they have done so with previous events. Please note, the who, right now, and the why is secondary to what you need to do to prepare for this. We, the anonymous charity, suggest you take notes on what we will say next. An EMP attack would more than likely take down large portions of the nation's power grid, possibly even the entire
I wasn't
system.
born in
Most
I
of your
wasn't born in
electronics could be
2000.
damaged. If not, they will likely become useless without electricity. Expect long-term outages that will last for months, possibly even years. Most of our electrical equipment is now made overseas, and damaged power transformers could take years to repair fully. No more electronic payments. You need to have cash on hand, but also be aware that even cash will quickly lose value as most modern-day commerce is conducted over computer networks. Chaos in the streets. Once people realize what happened, there is going to be a mass panic. Most people have less than a 3-day supply of food and water in their homes, and most people will be lost without the ability to power their homes. Be prepared for rioting and looting. Be prepared for a huge spike in crime, especially robberies and home invasions. Be prepared to defend your home and your supplies. Martial law. Once the chaos breaks out, the government will instigate a state of emergency or martial law. Expect to lose most of your constitutional rights. Expect the government to suspend the Second Amendment and possibly even the confiscation of firearms. Expect travel restrictions and nationwide curfews. You need to be prepared to survive for an extended period of time without power and essential services. This means stockpiling food and water, learning the skills you need to protect yourself and your family from the chaos and violence that will inevitably happen. And in our opinion, you need to get as far away from highly populated urban centers as you can. If you can. Stock up on food and water. During a long-term grid-down situation, food and water will be crucial to your survival and will likely be the first things to go. Our entire food infrastructure is extremely reliant on the power grid. When the power goes down, you are going to see widespread panic and chaos. Stock up on long-term food and water. Once again, we say, have cash on hand. During any type of grid-down situation, your debit and credit cards are going to be useless. You need to have cash on hand to buy last-minute supplies and to deal with the initial stages of the disaster. Start becoming more self-reliant. Over the last couple of decades, the world has seen an unprecedented spike in technology and access to learning. Unfortunately, we've also seen a growing number of people who have used this technology to tune out and lose their ability to be self-reliant. Stock up on firearms. During any type of long-term power outage, security is going to be a top priority. When the grid goes down for any length of time, chaos is going to quickly sweep the streets, and social unrest will be one of the top threats you face. The unprepared masses are going to be unpredictable. In all likelihood, they will become a threat to your safety. Stock up on backup power. Solar chargers, power generators, and portable battery backups are all things you need to invest in. For a very small amount of money, you can ensure you have the power to run things like emergency radios, ham radios, tablets, flashlights, and other emergency gear. The threat. An electromagnetic pulse attack, EMP, is something that's often mentioned in the context of Hollywood sci-fi films, but very little attention is ever given to the real-world implications of this threat. While the chances of an attack may have been small up until now, There are a growing number of countries who now possess the ability to launch an EMP attack, and the consequences are far too catastrophic to ignore. But remember, the threat will come from within. An electromagnetic pulse is a broad term that can cover both natural and man-made events that would cause a burst of electromagnetic energy. But for the purposes of this article, we will be looking at the most dangerous types of EMPs, nuclear electromagnetic pulses, NEMP, and high-altitude nuclear EMPs, HEMP. We live in a world that's become incredibly dependent on electricity, so much so that the average person would be hard-pressed to survive for more than a couple weeks without it. We've all seen it on a small scale, the panic and chaos following a power outage. Events like hurricanes, earthquakes, or even small seasonal storms give us a little glimpse into the chaos that can happen when our power grid goes down. From the food you buy at the local grocery store to the money sitting in your bank account, almost everything you do has become intertwined with a complex electronics-driven infrastructure. Time and time again we witness people panicking as a storm bears down on their region, rushing to the store to buy last-minute supplies, only to realize 99% of their community was just as unprepared and are now panicking inside an empty grocery store with nothing to bring home to their family. Once the disaster passes and the storm wreak havoc on the local grid, stay vigilant. This has been a message from the anonymous charity also known as The Collective. Today's date is December 12th, 2018. End of transmission.
Oh, you like this one too.
Infiltrated by operatives of the military-industrial complex that have been feeding the experts disinfo for decades. And then he goes on here and says he went on to state that he had been involved in pulling a number of psyops in this community.
Himself. Yeah.
That's right.
I thought was interesting.
Well, and we've known that, for a long time that we have plenty of examples and people that have admitted to this over the years. But to hear it like this and how this is put into the narrative of this document is pretty telling. Because then he goes on to say that ufology and its esoteric communities have been infiltrated by what he called a Luciferian order. Go ahead.
Right. So, look, I don't want to freak people out too much, but we do have to remember this group is real. They think they're the good guys. They've been advertising like crazy in Hollywood movies, in the Super Bowl halftime show, in the Grammy Awards, in music videos, in video games, television shows. They can't. It's like they're constantly wanting to advertise, and yet I believe, and I've been talking to people about this, the folks in our community, the researchers in our community, some part of them still, with all this evidence, with the people that have been through ritual abuse that have come forward as whistleblowers telling horrible stories, we still can't quite really believe that these guys are real. There's still some part of us that I don't really know. Well, I got over that a long time ago because I met this Illuminati whistleblower named Savali, and she wrote very detailed stuff on the internet. I developed a personal relationship with her in 2001 just by phone. But there's no doubt when you get to somebody that real that this thing is absolutely real. And they have tried to get in there and taken their religious spin and tried to infiltrate our community with things that steer in that direction, which includes, by the way, the main negative thing they do is to try to get us to visualize mass doom and destruction, martial law, concentration camps, financial collapse, massive tsunamis, massive earth changes, massive depopulation. They want these things. So part of their religion is to try to make us believe that some big, horrible doom and gloom thing is going to happen. And ever since I got online, 1995, I've been hearing this every 6 months or so, some big new story about how we're all about to die. And it doesn't happen. Doesn't happen.
And you know what else is interesting? I know that this is going on. I don't know how big it is, but what is really funny is, David, they have left me alone on every. I've been messed with a little bit, but they know. First off, I'm too smart, right? And I think they also know that this
and very modest.
Well, it's the truth though that I would see
I
through.
hear you.
You know, you have to be.
You're guided by the wisdom. You're guided by
right.
your intuition and your strong core of a good heart.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Yep.
And I have the ability to see through things, and those that are susceptible, that's who they go for, right? And that's really the truth. I have spoken with people that they are so twisted up in their beliefs in certain areas, and we don't have the time to get into it, that I know that that's an example of somebody that's been messed with. I haven't. You know, there's just
we're eating dinner, but we shouldn't skip dessert. And I think we gotta get to Oumuamua here before we run out of time.
Okay, so yeah, exactly. So actually, this is where he's at here.
We're right about at that point.
Yeah, he says we moved on to a few other topics, including a flyover tour we would receive of the Lunar Operation Command of the Lava Tubes, and then Sigmund stands up and says, "I have a treat for the both of you." Right? Walks up to a monitor and starts.
Big smart glass pad monitor comes down, and he gets to see a really amazing movie, like a documentary movie. And this, a little bit of backstory is interesting here. We were told by multiple insiders, I've heard this for a long time, even the guys from the MIC Secret Space Program, the guys that basically can't leave our solar system, have discovered that there are very, very ancient ruins of underground bases, obelisks, pyramids, and domes made out of a transparent aluminum material that looks like glass, but it's very, very strong, 5 times stronger than bulletproof glass. It's great for micrometeorites and all that stuff that you'd have on a moon with no atmosphere. You can have a very strong structure, but they've used advanced dating systems that we don't have access to in conventional science. And they've discovered that these things are probably 2.5 billion years old, or at least over 1 billion. They're not really sure, but it appears to be 2.5 billion years old. Well, the universe is 13.5 billion years old. Earth is only 4 billion years old. So that gives plenty of time for older civilizations, much older than our entire planet, to have come through, developed advanced technology, and built things here. And what's so interesting about this is that the Law of One appears to be authored by a group that was this ancient builder race. In the Law of One, they say that this group that was doing that work in the 6th dimension now, 6th density, started out in our 3rd dimensional reality 2.5 billion years ago on Venus in our solar system, that they became very technologically advanced and that they built pyramids and obelisks. So this is another really weird thing. Corey had never read the Law of One enough to understand this. Everything we've heard about the ancient builder race is totally what's in the Law of One. The same dating, the antiquity, the same types of structures they built, the level of technology they got, the fact that they all ascended and they left this stuff behind for us to find. Some other groups more recently have gone through and scratched off all the insignias, all the inscriptions. We can't read their language. We haven't found any of the technology. It's all been plundered. And then comes Oumuamua. That's what's so cool.
And he stated that they have been monitoring this for quite a while.
That's right. They saw it coming in. They saw it. They've been watching it for a long time. And here's the really cool part. They thought that this outer barrier that was created around the year 2012 that has sealed all the bad guys in. Because apparently what this does is when the solar flash happens, if you're ready for it, you get upgraded into this kind of light body, the next level of human evolution. If you're really one of the really dark evil types like the Draco, you're not going to make it through this thing. Your body is not compatible with that energy. So they're all trying to escape, and they got trapped in here and they can't escape. So they're very afraid of this. So anybody that tried to fly their craft through this barrier, it couldn't go. There's no way in, there's no way out, not even with radio or any of the advanced type of scalar communications. So what was so weird was they're watching this craft. They knew it was an old, ancient, derelict craft sailing towards the barrier, and it goes right through without being damaged. And that shocked everybody because they didn't think this would happen. And right around the time that Corey heard about this, it had just been announced in the media. Here's NASA talking about a cigar-shaped, quote-unquote, asteroid that's glowing red, that looks like it's made of quote-unquote alien metal, and I'm quoting now from their own NASA press release. And we have guys like Stephen Hawking openly speculating that it might be, and I quote, a billion-year-old alien spacecraft. Well, how the hell do they know that? Why are they saying this? Why are they making this public? It's part of disclosure.
That's right.
It's part of breaking us into this thing. And the big punchline is, if you got our buddy Tom DeLonge,
I'm not you guys.
telling us,
I
I
don't
got a
have to
guy
be
from
you
Lockheed
guys.
Skunk Works, he can build us a flying saucer with
Right.
anti-gravity. We already
I
know how
know.
to
You
do
guys
it.
are so fucking
And
stupid,
the next
you
step
know?
is they say, guess what, guys? We already have it. Guess
I
what,
made
guys?
my
We went out
choice.
to this thing.
I
We
tell you
landed on
that
it.
I made my choice.
Guess what we
You
saw
guys don't make my
inside?
choices for
Yeah,
me.
Gonzalez says, and I'm
Yeah.
quoting here, I led an expedition to see who this craft belonged to.
That's what I hate about you guys. You know, you guys, I made my choice. There's a difference between you and me. I made my choice. If you want to make fun of me, great. Make fun of me, you know? You don't, you guys are so paranoid about me, you know? You guys are so fucking paranoid, you know? This is a typical human way of, you know, this is typical, you know, for straight people to say, you know? I'm just telling you, kitty cat, you're a typical straight human being who's disgusted by me, because I'm the one who made my choice, not you. That's one thing. It's funny about kid. It's like I have to live in your world. Why should I live in your world, kitty? Why do I have to be a fucking slave and cut my hair and be something that I don't want to be? To be honest, I don't want to be a man. To be honest, I think being a man is disgusting. You know, I think being a man is fucking disgusting, to be honest. You know, I don't want to be a man. I don't want to be I don't even want to be. It's funny about me. I don't want to be human. I don't want to live in this sex crazy. You know, that's why I talk bad about men a lot, because men are sex craved perverts. You know, and it's funny about me. I'm asexual. I don't like sex. That's one thing. It shows you how stupid you are, kitty cat. You're so stupid. You know, and it's like I don't want to live in your world. I don't want to be like you, kitty cat. I never want to be like you. You know? I don't want to live in your I don't want to be a slave. I don't want to be a sheep like you, you know? So yeah, I made my choice. I made my choice, and this is my choice, whether you like it or not, kitty cat. I made my choice. If you don't like it, then too bad. You know, too bad. All I can say is too bad, because you can't do shit about it. All you can do is talk shit about it, because that's a typical straight person, a paranoid, because I am transgender. So what's wrong with being transgender? Kitty cat, what is wrong with being transgender? What's wrong with having long hair? I guess it offends you for me having long hair. Because in this slave world that we live in, we do live in a slave world. We have to cut our hair, you know? And I found out that having long hair gives you more energy. It gives you more, it makes you more freer. You know, when I have long hair, I'm free. When I have short hair, I'm restricted. That's how I look at it, you know? That's how I look at it. When I have long hair, I'm more free than a fucking short hair person. Because when I see a guy in the short hair, it's like all I see is a slave, a sheep, you know. And everybody's a clone of everybody. Because when everybody in the short hair men world, everybody's a clone. They all dress up alike. They all look like each other. They all follow a trend. You know, I don't want to follow that trend anymore, kitty cat. I do not want to follow that trend. To be honest, I don't want to. I don't want to be you, kitty cat. I don't know. I think you're. I don't want to be you. I want to be me. That's who I want to be. I am me, whether you like it or not. You know, I am me, and I made my choice, whether you like it or not. You know, you can be prejudiced about it because your prejudiceness is coming out. You know, you're telling me here. Look at you. You know, you're making up all kinds of lies and all that shit. You're prejudiced. You know, why don't you shut up? You know You know why, kitty cat? You're the one who made me angry. Kitty cat is the one who made me angry because he's disgusted by me. That's the reason why that's the reason why I'm angry, because kitty cat is disgusted by me, and he can't accept me for who I am. That's the real truth, kitty cat. You can't accept me for who I am. So you have to come in here and fucking act like act like an asshole, make up fucking lies, find all kinds of ways to degrade me, you know? Because you can't accept me for what I am. And then it's one thing I heard, liberal, somebody in here is a right wing. So anybody who's right and straight, this is the way. If you're right and straight, you're always going to be a fucking racist. You're always going to be prejudiced. You're always going to be racist and prejudiced against me, and you're always going to be a homophobe. Anybody who's right wing and is fucking it's funny. Anybody who's right wing, they're always going to be homophobes. And when it comes to short hair, that's a right wing mentality. That's what kitty cat is, a right winger who can't stand. I'm betting kitty cat is a fucking Christian or some kind of religious person or a religious nutbag. I think kitty cat is a religious nutbag. Because when you cut your hair short, only a religious nutbag would do that shit. Only a religious nutbag. Who gives a fuck? Kitty cat. Yeah, kitty cat's religious. I think kitty cat is a Christian. Because kitty cat is so paranoid about transgender. So paranoid about me, who I am. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, see, kitty cat, it's like there's something about you so twisted the way you think. You have a twisted. You're so twisted. You're so much, kitty cat. You have more hate. That's one thing you don't understand, kitty cat. You have more hate in you than you think. You're more negative than I am, and you're here to create. You're here to make me angry. That's what kitty cat's here for. Is to make me angry, and that's why she says, why are you so angry? That's the whole point in this fucking reality. It's funny, how do you be happy in a reality full of kitty cats? How could you be happy in a reality where you have kitty cats always judging you? I get judged. I'm being judged right now. All you trolls, you're all just judging me, except for a couple of them that I saw. You are so judgmental that you guys, it's like, yeah. It's funny. It's my way of fighting back is criticizing your community. My way of fighting back is criticizing your community, your religion, the way you live. That's my way of fighting back. I'm fighting against kitty cat. Because she or he, whatever he is, judging me. So the way I do it, I do the same thing instead I do it with all the straight people. I judge them too. Since they're judging me, I judge the whole fucking community about how we live as a fucking how fucking disgusting that we live the way we live. That's the reality. That's the way I fight back. I'm sick of fucking. What's funny about me? Every day when I walk out that door, I get judged, by fucking kitty cat. Like, every day I get judged by fucking kitty cat. So it's funny about you fuckers out there. What's funny about you guys? I keep my mouth shut. I keep my mouth fucking shut, and I'll let you guys say whatever you want to say to me. But when I'm online here, yeah, this is my freedom. This is my freedom to fight back at the ones who judge me. This is my freedom to fight back to the ones who fucking judge me. And yeah, I get judged every day, every fucking day by fucking kitty cat like him, the lies that they always say. They always give you this, it's funny about people. They like to give you the mask, they like to wear the fucking mask, and then turn around, they stab you in the back. I see that every fucking day. People are so fucking two-faced. Kitty Cat is definitely a two-faced motherfucker, I know, it's funny. It's like when I go out there, there's nothing but all I see is artificial human beings playing these false. It's like when you go buy shit. Here's the best example. Buying shit. When I walk in the store, I get stares, I get fucking stares, and people say, "What the fuck are you?" It's like the mind. You know how they are when you read their minds. It's like I get the fucking stares. Because they say, and some people. I had one person say, "Oh, I feel sorry for you." I had somebody say, "I feel sorry for you," and I have to live with this fucking shit, and I can't stand people like that. I can't stand people like that. Kitty Cat to me is nothing but a two-faced motherfucker, And then it's like people when they meet you, it's like they give you the fake friendliness, the fake friendliness that you hear every fucking day. It's like it's walking into the convenience store when you're buying shit and you have all the fake friendly people, that because they have to make a paycheck, the fake facade of this fake loving that they are, Because I realize that how could I be happy in a fake society of fake people, fake happy people that lives in miserable that are miserable doing their everyday life, and then turn around, you're being judged by these fake miserable people every fucking day, That's how I look at it, because people in this reality are fake. They're not real when it comes to money. Walk into a convenience store, look at the cashier, and tell me how is that person real? You think I'm not? Yeah, I'm a transgender. Yeah, I'm a transgender. But when you look at people today, they're not real people. And people are so religious nutbags are the most judgmental. I realize Christians. I live in a Christian community, Christian town. I get judged a lot. I get judged by both race, white, black, Chinese. I get judged by all people. So yeah, I'm allowed to be racist to all people. I am allowed to be racist to all people because I get judged by all kinds of people. You name it, I get judged. It's funny about black. You talk about prejudiceness. Transgender takes prejudiceness to the highest standard. And Kitty Cat is a prejudiced motherfucker. That's all. That's what Kitty Cat is. It's just nothing but a prejudiced motherfucker, two-faced liar. That's and Kitty Cat can't stand that what I did to myself. So Kitty Cat said, "Oh, I should be Kitty Cat. I should be Kitty Cat." That's the way. And you wonder why I get angry, because I have to listen to straight people like this. I have to listen to these straight people bullshit every fucking day. I'm sick. It's funny. I am sick of straight people. I'm tired of straight. I can't stand straight people. I'm prejudiced to white people, black people, Asians. I don't care what they are. If you're straight, I'm prejudiced against you. I will always be prejudiced against you. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. I will always be a prejudice against you, straight people, because you guys, it's always about you. It's always about your world, So I'm here to criticize your world. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to criticize you and your fucking world because you guys are so damn judgmental. Judgmental, mental. That's what you are. Straight people. You're fucking mental, paranoid people who can't stand fucking transgender. They can't stand the sight of having me. That's why you guys are here for. That's why you're here for. You're here to judge me. You're here to make up false accusations about me. You're here to fucking shut me down. Because you can't stand because because you can't stand because I have nothing there. And you think it's the most horrible thing I've done to myself, and you want me to go back to being straight again. Fuck you. I don't want to be you. Never wanted to be you. I hated you from the day I was born. I hated you guys because of the reality that I live in is all fucking false, and I realize this reality is it's so fucking, it's just judgment the first day you're born. Being Asian. I used to be called chink when I was young. I used to have white guys fucking calling me chink. I'm gonna say this. When I was fucking young, my mom made me do surgery on my eyes so I could look white. But back then when I was fucking, I didn't look white at all. I looked more Asian. And I had a white guy every day. I walked past by his house, and it's like this, he started yelling, "Chink, get the fuck out of here! Chink, you fucking get the fuck out of here!" I heard that shit. Prejudice, white prejudice. It made me. It's like when I heard that, I hated white people. I hated white people so bad. And then it's like when I work my job is everybody's white in my job, and they're always in control. And you telling me what's wrong with me? Why am I so prejudiced? Because I have a white person telling me what to do in my every fucking day life. And my education, white. My teachers were all white, except for a couple. I had Miss Gallegos. She was the only one. She was actually like native, and she kind of inspired me a little bit to look through her culture. Miss Gallegos was one of my teachers I could never forget. She showed me the stories of the native, state of, you guys call it mythology. I don't call it mythology. I call it reality. I have to listen to you judge. You guys are just straight out judgmental people. It's like you guys. You could find all kinds of shit about me. And it's like, it's like, how can I live in a world full of straight people that are so uptight and so about themselves? That's all I see. They're all about themselves, and I have to live like them. Fuck you. I don't want to live like you fuckers out here. I don't care if I do sound like a liberal, because I hate this disgusting world. I can't be myself in this fucking disgusting world because I'm always being judged. How can I be myself? How can I be happy in a world where I have to it's like I have to make ends meet every fucking day. The illusions that you guys give me, all telling me that how to be happy, full of greedy ass white motherfuckers who own big huge business. And how could you be happy? I don't get it. I don't get you fuckers out here. I don't get how you can be happy in this fucking, this fucking world where every day somebody's gonna always judge you. You got judgment, you got payment, and you got your taxes after you, and you got everything. It's like, how could you be happy in that kind of shit? That's miserable. That's misery. Reality, there's no such thing as happiness unless you go to Disney World, which you have to pay for. Yeah, if you want to be happy, go pay for Disney World. That's where you need to go. If you want to be happy, go to SeaWorld. If you want to be happy, fucking go to a fucking amusement park. There you go. But you have to pay for it. It's like, yeah, everything happiness comes at a cost. That's the problem. That's the real reality of it. Happiness comes at a cost, and it's expensive to be happy on a fucking greedy ass planet full of straight people. Greedy ass planet full of straight people. The fucking inflation's going up right now. You know, it's funny. It's funny. Like I talk about the candy bar. You know, I remember candy bars used to cost fucking 50 cents for one bar. Now it costs $5 for the same fucking candy bar. You tell me how can you be happy with a $5 candy bar? You know? Yeah, go into truck stops. Go into this Pilot truck stop. You buy 2 candy bars for $5. And back in the 80s, I could buy fucking 10 candy bars. You know? But now it's like money. Money has consumed my life. Money has consumed my fucking life. And it's like every day I think about, do I have enough money to pay this, you know? Do I have enough money to pay this shit? Do I have enough money to do that? How is that happy? You know? Tell me, how is that positive? I'm asking you guys the question now. You know, how is that positive? Because there is no positivity in this fucking world. You know? It's always about money, you know? Money, we are revolved around money. And straight people are the most dumbest fucks that I've ever seen, you know? Because it's majority straight people that controls the whole fucking world, you know? And then when they see a faggot like me talk and try to, you know, I want to be free. Yeah, I want to be free. Fuck all this shit, you know? I want to be able to, I want to travel. You know, I can't afford to travel nowhere. Only thing I can do is drive a truck. When I drive a truck, I'm traveling, but I don't really see shit. I don't have time to see shit because I'm on the clock every fucking day. It's like I pass shit that I want to see, but I don't have time because I'm on the clock. You know, I have a timer on my truck. I have 14 hours. I have 11 hours to drive, and that timer doesn't stop. It just keeps going. And it's like when I want to see something really neat and nice, I don't have time. There is no time. There's no such thing as time anymore. You know? My vacation. Yeah, I'm on vacation right now, and I'm still fucking tired. You know, I am still fucking tired. You know, I hadn't stopped. You know, I stopped I took a 3-month break, okay? I took a 3-month break. I saved enough money for 3 months. And it was the best fucking 3 months I had. You know, the first month I was so exhausted. I mean, I was so fucking exhausted. I worked 18 months. This is what I can't think of no. I worked 18 months. And I only took every 2 months I took 1 weekend off for 18 months. Try doing that, you know? And working 70 hours straight. And then the way we did our logs, we had to overlap our logs to keep us constantly. So I drove 2 months straight, you know, and then take a 1 weekend off. And I did that. And it's funny, on the 18th month, my body shut down. My body shut down. You talk about working hard. You talk about nonstop driving through all the weather, dealing with the fucked up traffic every fucking day, seeing everybody negativity. It's like you can read people by driving it. When I drive my truck, I can read people. You know, it's like there's so much anxiety, so much stress. You know, everybody's speeding. Everybody's always trying to hurry. You know. And I have to deal with this shit every fucking day. On my 18 month, my body shut down. My body shut down. You know, that's what happens when you work. You know, out of the 18 months, how many weekends did I have? Every 2 months, I had 1 weekend off. You know, you talk about working hard. You talk about nonstop driving, dealing with the borders. I used to cross Canada. You know, I used to cross Canada. And dealing with the borders, the fucking TSA and all that shit, that's another stress. And then you have to cross the border, you have a triple appointment time, you know? Yeah. You don't know what I go through. What do I have to do to fucking make, you know, it's funny. Out of the 18 months that I drove, okay? I found out my 1 year, I made $28,000. Every 2 months I took off. I made $28,000 out of that whole fucking year of nonstop driving. 28 grand. Working 70 hours a week, nonstop. Working 8 days a week. Yeah. You tell me, my body shut down. It's funny when I quit my job. I quit my job. Okay, I quit my job, and then I tried to ask my job to take 28 days off. They would not give me 30 days off. They would not give. I saved up over 36 days off in my company, and my company did not give me. My company did not give me 20. It would not give me the full 30 days off. So I say, fuck it, I quit. So they forced me to empty out my truck. So I did. It took me 3 hours to empty out my truck, and my body was shut down. It took me 3 hours to empty my truck out, and my body was shut down because I have to climb the truck, get in there, take all my shit out, and go back in. I had to do that like 24 times, and then once I loaded my shit up, I went to Atlanta because my ex was down there. My ex was down in Atlanta. So once I got to the trailer park, 18 months I drove. It took me 3 fucking months. The first month I was so exhausted. I had to go eat. You talk about why I complain about corporations, why I complain about businesses. Yeah, it's funny that you fuckers don't know how much abuse that I get driving a fucking truck. Yeah, it took me 1 month. It took me 1 month. I stayed in bed for a whole week. I stayed in bed for a whole fucking week. I just wanted to sleep because I had sleep. I had problems sleeping because my hours were all fluctuated. I work. My hours don't in the trucking industry. My hours are not. I can work night shift, and I can work day shift. My hours fluctuates. Yeah, it took me. Yeah, the first month, I was still exhausted from driving that hard, and then the second month, I thought I was looking for jobs at the second month, and I couldn't find any jobs over there. So yeah, and after that, I slowly recovered. The third month is when I actually recovered. Yeah, I recovered, and then I still couldn't find a job in Atlanta. I was gonna move to Atlanta, and then after that, I got a job back in Charleston. I wanted to be away from my parents, because my parents, my parents are now in their 80s. I'm here taking care of my parents, or actually, I'm here for my parents, and when they're gone, then I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go to Holland. I'm gonna get the fuck away from here. It's like Holland is more open in a way. Well, in a way they're open, but they don't. It's no big deal over there. Yeah, that's where I want to go. I just want to get away from America because I'm tired of being abused and overworked. I'm overworked, abused. I've been, it's funny. I've been overworked since the day I got out of the army. Since I got out of the army and I started driving truck, I've been overworked, and underpaid. My first job, like I said, my first job was in down here in South Carolina. Oh no, Arkansas. I had a truck driving job in Arkansas. I got fired. I didn't last fucking 2 months, I didn't last 2 months, And then my second job, I was making under 15. I was making less than 15 grand a year on my second job. I did that for 8 months. 15 grand a year. I couldn't afford a house. Holland, yeah. I'm going to Holland. I'm getting away from fucking America, I say fuck you, America. That's what I say. That's how I feel. America has fucking fucked me. You know, I've been so underpaid by America. You know, it's funny now. I don't give. It's like I don't care. Yeah, I like You know, it's funny. I like European white people more than I like American white people. To be honest, I like the European white people more than I like the American white people because American white people are more prejudiced here and more judgmental. You know, same with the black people. You know, black people are the same way. They're prejudiced and judgmental. You know. You know, that's one thing that's so funny, you know. Yeah, I realize, you know, trolls are judging me for, and that's what they are. That's what they're good at doing. They like judging faggots like me, you know. I've been judged so much. It's like, you know, it's funny about judgment, you know. America is nothing but a judgment state, you know. Because I think every single human being judges each other on their looks, the way they are, trend. It's like I'm tired of this shit, this judgmental shit, you know. Yeah, that's why I'd rather go there. Healthcare is way better than America. My healthcare is a piece of shit. I got a shitty ass healthcare, you know. America's fucking healthcare is the worst compared to fucking Holland and Germany. American healthcare is the worst. I would not get. I wouldn't even fucking touch that with a 10-foot pole. You know. Oh my god. Yep. Hey, Alana. Yeah, I'm gonna go move with Ilana. I'm going to Ilana. Yeah, Holland is way better than a fucking America. You know, America's too is too. You know, if you have a Republican state, you know the healthcare is shitty. If you have a Republican state, you know, I don't care. And it's funny, even with the liberals, the healthcare is still shitty. You know, the doctors are too greedy. You know, the healthcare in America sucks. I mean, the healthcare in America sucks. I can't stand it. You know. We got Walking Dead asshole in here. No, soy gay. All American healthcare sucks. Everything in America's all everything in America, the healthcare sucks. It's not Obamacare. It's not fucking Trump care. It's just healthcare itself in America sucks. Healthcare in America really fucking sucks. So I'd rather go to Holland. You know, I'd rather go to Holland than fucking have American healthcare, to be honest. You know? American healthcare sucks. You know? I don't give a fuck about Obama, you know? I don't give a fuck about your presidents. They're all it's funny about you fuckers out there, you know? I don't affiliate myself with politics. That's one thing you guys don't understand about me. I do not affiliate myself with politics because people who believe in politics are fucking sheeps. You know, anybody who believes in politics are sheeps, you know? So yeah, America itself is fucking is America itself is nothing but a fucking douchebag, you know? And Americans are douchebags. I don't like American healthcare. I hate American healthcare. Now I will always hate American healthcare because they never took care of me. You know? America never took care of me. You know, since I've been working 25 years, I've been fucked by the healthcare system, by the insurance system. Your insurance is so corrupt. You know, American insurance is so fucking corrupt, and it never took care of me. You know? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Walking Dead girl. I need the luck, actually. I'm taking a risk to get the fuck out of America. You know, get the fuck away from you, Walking Dead girl. You're the whole reason why I don't like America is because of Walking Dead girl that that they believe in zombies and all that shit. You know, the zombie bullshit. Because to me, I look at Americans; they're the biggest zombies on this fucking planet. You know, Americans are the biggest zombies on this fucking planet. You know, because it's like you're definitely if way we work in America, they overwork us in America. You know, America is nothing but a fucking slave, a plantation. America is a plantation, and we're all slave, and we're overworked. You know, and underpaid. That's the way. That's the way America is. America made us all slaves. They make us overwork and get underpaid because that's the whole objective of what America is about. You know, they don't. America is not great. They overwork us. You know, they give us shitty. We have shitty health care. Yeah, we have shitty health care in America. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We do have shitty health care in America because we don't really take care of you. You know, if you can't afford health care, then you really have shitty health care. If you can't afford it, if they're forcing you to pay for it and you can't afford it, then you really have a shitty health care. You know, that shows you what America is about. You know, and then they'll finance. You know, America's about financing your health. You know, like paying. It's like when they put you under a machine, a $20 million machine, and they give you a bill for like about $1,000, $2,000 if you're lucky. You know, if you stay in the fucking hospital, that's like 20,000. You got to pay like 10,000 a day to stay in the fucking hospital. Then yeah, the healthcare is pretty much shitty here. You know. And the toilet paper costs $500 because they replaced it. They have to replace the $500 toilet paper in the fucking hospital. You know that tells you how fucking America is. America, the people in America are fucking idiots. I think Americans are fucking idiots here. They're really stupid. I mean, they're so dumb. You know, the Europeans actually are smarter than the Americans. I realize that the Europeans are way smarter than Americans. They have a head. Americans do not have head. They have leaders. You know, that's why they depend on their leaders. So their one leader has one big head. So they put all the pressure on fucking one leader, you know? Yeah, this is American. Americans need somebody to hold their hands. That's the way it works. They need somebody to hold their hands, and they're afraid to speak out. You know, this is America. They that's why they trust their leaders. They trust their corrupt leaders. You know, this is how America, because they can't talk for themselves. Americans can't talk for themselves, so they have to rely on a leader to talk for them. You know, and then they realize, oh, that leader just fucked them. You know, all the leaders in America have fucked Americans here. You know. That's why I don't even trust this fucking. I don't trust Americans leaders. I don't trust anything that's corporate because most of the Congress in America is all corporate. I guess it's like that around the whole fucking country. Everybody in Congress is all corporate. They're all former millionaires, billionaires, lawyers, doctors. And you tell and these people voted for these fuckers. There's nobody that's like common. There's no truck drivers. There's no fucking person who works on the assembly line in Congress. What's up with that? So these fuckers believe in these fucking corrupt, the corrupt manipulators. that says, yeah, I'll work for you, I'll do this, and then they create laws. It's funny about these billionaires, trillionaires. They create laws that the common person can't understand. So you have to. They call it legalese. This shows you how dumb America is. They don't even know their own fucking law. We don't even know our own fucking laws. This is why Americans are so fucking dumb. They have to hire a lawyer to know a law. So they can't really defend themselves. So they force you to get a lawyer. They force you to have a lawyer. So yeah, America is a fucking corrupt country. America is so corrupt. The people who voted for these fucking it's like you voted for these fucking people, and it's like, do you really know the law? I mean, do Americans really know the law? Not. It shows you how ignorant America is, how ignorant Americans are in this fucking country, because they know nothing about their own laws. All they do is put all their trust on their fucking one corrupt leader, the lawyer, the millionaire, the trillionaires, the owner of oil companies. You got oil company owners. You got oil companies in Congress. It's funny. They're all being paid for by corporation. All these Congress people, they're all being paid for by corporations. That's one thing about how this shows you how stupid Americans really are here. Americans do not, we common poor people know nothing about what's going on in Congress. We know nothing here in America. We're just plain stupid Americans. Here I am opening my big mouth, and they're calling me a traitor. And when that guy called me a traitor, and I realized how dumb how much a stupid fuck he really is, because he knows nothing about the laws, he knows nothing about anything about the leaders. It's like they give you the facade. They're like car dealers. That's how I look at Americans. Americans, they voted for a car dealer. That's what they do. It's like they sell you what you want to hear. They sell you what you want to hear, and you say, oh yeah, that's a great congressman, that's blah blah blah, did this and this and this, and turn around, they do the opposite. They don't really do what you want to do. They don't really do the things that you really want to do. It's like when you put a letter for law, the bullshit of creating a law in America is really fucking stupid. To create a law, and then when you read the laws in America, you should read the laws in America, how ignorant and stupid it is. Each country have its own laws. Each country have its own law. So it's like there's no one law in America. It's like it's all mixed of different laws in each state. And you talk about ignorance. You talk about how stupid human beings are, of not knowing their own laws. It's like for me, I'm always curious. It's funny about me. I'm always fucking curious about these laws, and I always want to say, why can't you just go through the law books, go in the library, take all the law books, and scratch out all the laws that you don't need. And some of these laws are so ridiculous and so really stupid. Only a retard would keep these laws in, Only a retard in America would still keep these laws, I mean, yeah. I love talking bad about straight people, I love talking bad about straight people, because it shows you how ignorant they are. They're so fucking ignorant, and everything about America is we got the most ignorant people in America. I mean, we're so stupid here. I'm telling you, we are so stupid compared to fucking Holland. people there speak 2-3 languages, you know, and they're 3 times as smart than an American. American only speaks 1 language. Listen to that, you know. So if people are 3 times as smart when they know 3 or 4 languages. America only has 1 language, you know. So I wouldn't call them smart. I wouldn't call them smart at all, you know. The only Americans that I see that are smart are the ones that are overseas, ones in China, ones in Germany, the teachers. I think the only smart people are the teachers that are willing to go over that country and learn the language. The ones overseas, those are the smart Americans over there. You know, the ones who wants to stay over that country. You know, there are Americans over there that's staying over to in Japan, living in Japan. They don't want to live in the fucking America. There are Americans in fucking Europe. They don't want to come back here. Fuck this place. You know. Fuck America. It's so unfair to live in America because you're so treated unfairly in America. You know, it's like, yeah, like I always say, what are the odds of getting a great job? What are the odds of getting a great job? You can have the fucking degree, and you still gonna have a fucking shitty job. You know, I seen a guy with a master's degree driving a fucking truck. I seen a guy with a master's degree driving a truck. So, yeah. Finding that job, I feel sorry for the guys who have master's degree because they're overqualified. You know, they're overqualified. So you tell me, so it's funny. You can have all the education in the world, and all of a sudden you're overqualified, and no one's not going to hire you. And you can have a diploma. You know, me having a diploma, I have a better chance of getting a job versus a person with a degree. You know, that's one thing that's weird about it. Is like me with a diploma, I have a better chance of getting a job versus the one who have a degree. You know, the one with the degree, yeah, you have a better chance of getting laid off. You know, because the way the company works, you know, you could work 20 years. It's funny about America. There's no guarantee for retirement, and I keep on saying that a lot. And these stupid fuckers don't realize that you have no chance of retirement in the civilian world. You know, if you're in the army, if you stayed in it, you have a good chance of retirement if you're in the army. But in the civilian world, you have no guarantees of a retirement. You know, there is no guarantees of a retirement. That's the reality of what America is. And you know, for me, Social Security is the only thing I got. Well, Social Security is what I have to survive on if I do want to retire at 65. You know, Social Security, if there is any, if there is going to be any Social Security, you know. Yeah, America, you're not guaranteed anything. You know, America, you're not guaranteed retirement. That's the reality. You could work 20 years. You could get laid off. And that's the reality of this world. This is the reality of what America's about. You know, you could work 20 years and all of a sudden they'll lay you off. You know, that's the way I seen that. I seen it's funny. I seen that. I seen people work 20 years and all of a sudden they don't want to pay the retirement. These corporations out here do not want to pay your retirement. That's the reality of it. They will not pay for your retirement. You know? I'm just giving you guys, since you guys are young, I'm just warning you right now. You know, save every penny you fucking have. I'm telling you right now, save every fucking penny that you have. Save it. Save it. At least have enough money for you to retire at least last 10 years. Because once they lay you off, once they fire your ass, yeah, That's one thing about America they don't tell you about is that they fire you at, they could fire you too. You know, they don't talk about the part where they fire you. That's the one thing about these liars do. They always give you the facade. You know, it's like some companies, you know, it's funny, some companies call you a dime a dozen. I've been called dime a dozen in companies that I used to work for. I used to be called dime a dozen. This is corporation. This is truck company. We are a dime a dozen to these people. That we always can be replaced. You know, that's the way America works. We're always replaceable. You know that, and then that's the reality of it. We're replaceable out here. You can always retrain somebody. And it's funny about how we are how in the work industry because they can you're always going to be replaced. There's always going to be somebody younger than you that's going to place you. That's the way it works because they like younger people to replace because they're stupid. They like young and stupid people because that's how they make more money, especially in the trucking industry. The younger you are, the dumber you are, the cheaper you are, that's the more profit they make out of you. You know, I've seen this a lot in trucking company. I've seen how it is. You know, because they're nothing but frauds. You know, corporations are nothing but frauds, and they give you the facade to say, "Yeah, if you work for us, we'll guarantee you retirement." You know, yeah. The reality of your reality is that you're replaceable. That's all you are. You know, and the objective. You know, it's funny about corporations. It's all about money. It's all about profit making. You know, sooner or later, the AIs. I'm telling you right now, the AIs are coming out, and the AIs can take over your fucking job. I'm going to tell you that right now. The AIs can take over your fucking job and do it 3 times as faster than a human being would, especially in the office. You know, in the office, the AIs can take over your job, and once it figure out how to do your job, it'll be about 4 times as faster than you as a regular human being. You know, it'd be 10 times, 20 times faster than you. You know, the AIs are going to take over the trucking industry right now. They got the autonomous trucks. You know, it don't take long. That the autonomous automobile, it's not going to take long. I guarantee it'll happen in about 10 years. I say 10 years. There's going to be autonomous cars and autonomous trucks, and the truck drivers will be fading away. You know, the truck drivers will fade away, and the people in the office will fade away, and then the assembly line. You know, the assembly line when you're building your cars and your vehicles. You know, the only thing bad about it is who's gonna buy your shit. You know, who is gonna buy your shit once this all gonna happen? Yeah, you know, people have to go and buy your shit. You know, but if you have all these robotics that's gonna do all the job, you know, who's gonna buy it? That's the question you have to ask. The system, this system's changing. I'm I'm letting you guys know the system is fucking changing and it's changing fast. It's gonna change so fast. It won't take long. You know, you young generations gonna see the change. You young generations, you're gonna see this. You're gonna see the system change. It's gonna change so drastically. You know, it didn't. It's funny about me when I got out of high school. You know, it's like I was in 1980. I remember the first computer coming out. I remember the first computer coming out in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. You know, I was that, and it's like now it only took them about 10 years. 10 years. You know, so I look at it this way: next 10 years, look at autonomous everything in 10 years, and it's gonna go fast too. So yeah, you know, it's funny about you fuckers out there. It's like you guys gonna go see you if you're in your 20s right now, or like if you guys are in your 20s, imagine 40 years from now. Imagine 40 years from now. You won't recognize anything. You're not going to recognize America anymore. America is not going to look the same anymore 40 years from now. That's how I feel. Since I was born in the 70s. I was born in 1970. Now it's 2018, okay? And to me, everything I do not recognize anything in America. I mean, it's still the same. I mean, to me, it's still the same. We still have gas vehicles. Because it's funny. When I was younger, I used to draw spaceships. I used to draw a lot of spaceships. I was imagining the year 2000 will be live like the Jetsons. I remember the Jetsons. You remember that cartoon, the Jetsons? And I always thought I thought year 2000 that we were gonna have flying cars. Yeah, and we would be in space by now in the year 2000. That's what I was expecting. Because the technology, to me, I thought it was going to go fast, but no, instead it went slow. Now I realize that it went really slow. It's like there's something wrong. Why we're still in gas? Why we're still in gas? Why we're still in, why we're still doing the same old bullshit? It's funny how technology right now. Technology is going to pick up. Technology is picking up right now, and and I want to see the future. I want to see what happens 40 years from now. That's what I want to see, because 40 years there's going to be a lot of fucking changes on this fucking. It's like it's going to be so unreal 40 years from now. It's not the end of the world. I'm telling you this. It's not the end of the fucking world. It's like it's going to be. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of wow factors. There's going to be a lot of what the fuck factors. There's going to be a lot of, it's like, you're going to see the world differently in fucking 40 years from now. The world's going to be completely different in 40 years. And I wish I could see it, because I know I'll die then. I'll be dead. I don't know. I speak my mind out. I am a speaker. That's all I am. They already got the sex box out. Son of a blob. They already have the sex bots out. You can order one. It's like $50,000 for a sex bot. They're already out. They already got all the models already. So if you're fascinated about it, go buy you one. Yeah, they do have sex bots. That's another technology that I don't know. If you look at a sex bot, I think that's going to take over. I think men will like that. Will like that more than a real human, a real woman. I think men will like that more than a real woman. Because the sex bots could tell you, could say whatever you want, what a man want to hear. If you think about it, and they can control it. Only thing bad about it is they can't move. They can't fucking move. So they're just like blow up dolls. They just sit there, and that's it. Yeah, your future. Your future. You're gonna have a lot of what the fuck coming to you, especially you fucking fuckers who are under 20 years old. If you're 20 years old, 25, you fuckers gonna have a lot of what the fuck moments. Because it's not too far. What the fuck's gonna come? A lot of what the fucks, and you guys I'm gonna laugh at your fucking face when that time comes. When that time comes, I'm gonna laugh at your fucking face, and I can't wait. I can't wait to laugh at your face. I'll make videos posting, say I told you so. You know, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, especially these fuckers out here. I'm gonna laugh at your fucking face. That's all I'm gonna do because you're not ready for what's coming for you. You know, there's a lot of shit coming for you. There's a lot of technology that's gonna come here too. Yeah, Elon Musk. Yeah, I wouldn't trust the batteries. According to Anonymous, I wouldn't trust his batteries because they are toxic. You know, they are unhealthy for humans, and you have to destroy a mountain for to have this stuff, the batteries. I wouldn't. You know, it's like you said. It's like when you crash like Elon crash the electric car, right? And you're sitting on the bottom of it. All the acid's gonna get on your body. Hopefully, they develop something for that. You know, for that. Your body is gonna be entangled with the battery in a car crash. You know. So imagine with all the fucking acid and all that corrosion on you, you know, on your body. You know, my thing is, you know, I am fascinated about UFOs. You know, it's funny about your technology. You know, this came from this technology that you have that you carry every fucking day came out of a UFO. You know, that's one thing you fuckers are so ignorant about. You fuckers are so ignorant that your own technology came from another planet. Actually, you know, it's funny. Human beings are not really that smart. We're great at copying tech. We're great at mimicking tech. That's what we do. You know. So we stole a tech from an ET. This phone. That's why everybody's. That's why now we could talk on it. You know. It's funny about how this world is. You know, all your techs, that even our computers, all came from ETs. I call them outsiders. They all came from outsiders. You know, that's one thing you don't understand. You know how can we? It's like our advancement. You wonder where our advancement came from. It didn't come from us. Our advancement didn't come from us. You know, it was stolen. It was stolen. Yeah, and then I realized we do have people, we do have human beings down here that actually knows exactly how to make advanced shit. But we got corporations that don't want us to. We got corporations killing these fuckers. You know, hell, it's funny. They've invented a carburetor back in the '70s. Some guy invented a carburetor, and got 100 miles per gallon on the carburetor. And then you know what the government and corporation did? They killed his ass. They stole it and they killed and they put it in storage. Everything, all the technology we have is all in stored, you know. And they're calling me a conspiracy theory. You know, it's fun. We got technology already where it can make your life easy. We have technology. It's here. It can make our life easy. And you could be happy. But we have technology today. It's like you can't be happy with the technology we have right now because it's all paid for. You can't pay. You can't be happy when you pay. That's what's saying. That's so funny about this fucking. It's funny about how we are as human beings. You know. Yeah, I talk about. It's funny. It's like we humans are so dumb. We humans are so fucking stupid. We are the sheeps. You know, we are fucking sheeps, and we think we're free. That's one thing that's so funny about how we humans are. We are sheeps, and we think that we are free, but we're not really free at all. You know, the free will, free speech. You know, to talk freely. It's like you can't talk freely because it offends people when you talk freely. You know, you know. Talking freely is what I like, and, and I feel, and it takes all my fucking stress out when I talk. Because it's like my work. It's funny when I work, I get so stressed out. So I have to. This is my release. Coming here, talking to you guys, whoever you are, listening to me. This is my release. And then and then all of a sudden I can't release myself no more because I can't talk freely because I'm being fucking abused by these abusers who doesn't like me to talk freely. You know, straight people don't like me to talk freely. That's the reality of it. Straight people do not like me to talk freely. You know, it's like that's why I can't be on nobody's side. I'm on nobody right now. I am not on anybody's side. That's the way it works with me. I'm not on your side. I'm not on American side. I'm not on the fucking Holland side. I'm not on fucking nobody's side. I'm on planet Earth side. Planet Earth is my home. I'm going to tell you this. Planet Earth is my home. It's not America. Planet Earth. You know, there's a difference between an American and me. This whole planet is my home. There's a difference. And I say anybody who believes in their country are traitors to this planet. That's how I look at it, you know? That's my point of view. I look at this is my home. I live on this planet. And anybody who lives in countries are traitors. They're a traitor to this planet. They're a traitor for stealing the resources from this planet. They're a traitor. This is my point of view. And I don't want to be like you. Because you're a traitor for greed. Only greedy fucker. Anybody who believes in greed is a traitor to me. That's the way I look at it. Because you're stealing our resources. It's our resources. Every human being on this fucking planet, it belongs to them too. You know? So you're stealing from them for your profit. So yeah, you are a traitor. If you believe in profit making over life, then you are a traitor to life itself. You know? This is my point of view. Because this is my planet. This is our planet. You know, it's not fucking these corporations' planet. The corporation to me is a virus. A virus that only cares about itself. Stealing from us. That's how I look at it. If you don't see, that's my point of view. Because you're always stealing from us all the time. Every fucking day you're stealing from us. You're making us unhappy. You're making us unhappy and miserable because you're stealing the resources from us. So how could I be happy for these fucking thieves on a planet? We have thieves on the planet that's stealing. They're stealing the water. They're stealing the food. Yeah, and they ruined our air. Yeah, these are traitors. These are the true traitors on this fucking planet. Corporations and government are the true traitors on this planet. You know what's funny? I never said religion. you know. But religion does influence human beings to be traitors. It doesn't care about human life. It doesn't care about animal life. It doesn't care about life, period. This is my point of view. So yeah, call me a traitor, because you're the biggest traitor of them all. You betrayed this planet. You betrayed everything on this planet. You fucking, that's what you did. You stolen everything. You stolen people's lives. That's how I look at it. I look at it as a whole. I look at everything. I don't look at one human being. I look at all the human beings on this fucking planet. And I know who's the domination of the. It's funny about the domination of the planet. You know, who is the one domination on this fucking planet, and that's how I look at it. You follow the trend. You look at the leaders. You look at the fucking. You look at your advertisement. You look at the fucking. You look at the. It's like you could see it clear as fucking day. The way they act, the way they talk. You could see it. But you're not very observant. I noticed that most of you fuckers out here are not very observant of your own reality. You know, you're not very. You got to be observant about everything. It's funny. It doesn't matter who you are. I realize it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. It's not all people. It's not gay, straight. It's nothing like that. You know, the universe has no fucking gender. I can tell you that for a fact. The universe has no fucking gender, and it doesn't fucking care if you are straight or gay. You know, it does not care. That's one thing. That's why human beings are so fucking ignorant. You know, they're so fucking ignorant. They had to put gender for the universe. You know. Yeah. This planet is female. That's one thing that's weird about it. This planet is female. Stars, you know. Yeah, guess what? The stars. Everything is living. Everything is life. That's how I view things. So yeah, we humans became traitors to our own planet. We've been manipulated to become traitors of our own planet. Even our own selves, we became traitors of our own selves. You know, humans versus humans. So that's how I take it this way. You know, when you look at a war, it's basically humans versus humans, good versus evil, evil versus good. Because if you look at it this way, you know, Muslim people look at Christian evil, right? And Christian people will look at Muslim evil. So yeah, you tell me what's wrong with that. It shows you how ignorant human beings are. Because they're both, to me, I look at it this way: you're both fucking evil, you know, and you're both doing good for evil. You know, that's the way. It's so weird and so backwards the way you guys think. You know, it's funny how you guys think. You're so backwards. Your mind, you think backwards, and then you judge. It's like religion is the biggest judgment on this fucking planet. Religion. They're the biggest judgers on this fucking planet. They judge so much. It's like judge overload, you know? Especially when it comes to me. You know, it's like when they look at me, it's like, oh shit, fuck, shit, fuck. You know, you can see that. It's funny when you look at the trolls, you know, you look at the trolls and they say, oh yeah, exactly, typical American, typical fucking Christian American would say exactly what the trolls would be saying, you know? Exactly, you know? It's like they drink so much beer, you know, they're so paranoid about me. It's like the paranoia about being a transgender. It's like it's funny how American is. Like they're so fucking paranoid about everything. They think this is, if you talk to me, you're gonna become transgender. You know, this shows you how ignorant human beings are. Because when I speak, it's like, oh, they I may think they're gonna chop off their fucking dicks. You know, that's one thing. It shows you how ignorant American is. American's so ignorant and so stupid. You know, when it comes to meeting somebody like me, you know. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you talk about who's fucking drunk and who's fucking high. When they meet me, they automatically think I'm going to turn them into transgender or something. They think it's like it's like spreading a germ. They think there's going to be a germ that's going to hit them, and they're going to turn into a girl. You know, let's say it shows you how this. It shows you how paranoid America is. When I was reading these fucking trolls, it's like, yeah, there's paranoia right there. You know, you talk about me being schizophrenic and crazy. When I look at these trolls, I say, "Oh shit, these fuckers are so paranoid and so scared and so afraid." You know, they'll do anything. They will do anything. You know, just to shut me down because they're afraid that I might spread germs. They think I'll spread germs. You know, this is straight Christian America. You know, this is straight Christian America because they always believe if they come near me, I might spread the germ on them and make them and turn them into something that they're not. You know, this is exactly how America is. That's why Americans are so ignorant here. I'm telling you, Americans are so fucking ignorant and stupid. It's like you know, it's funny. Why don't you wear some kind of like a rubber suit? When you come near me, wear a rubber suit and a rubber mask and wear goggles so you don't get contaminated by me. Okay. This is how paranoid Christians are, right wing people, whatever you call them, paranoid Christian right wing people. They're so fucking they need to wear a suit to come near me because they don't want to catch my germs, you know. Yeah, it's funny. I knew the trolls were right wing, you know. I knew they were right wing, and then I kind of like, okay. It's like everything that they say are so related to right wing and in their Christian beliefs, you know. And it's like it's like it's like they don't like a transgender person to speak. They don't want they want this they want the straight people because straight people are more safe for these people. You know, I realize straight people are safer for them to hear. You know, because that's all they want to hear. They want to hear straight. That's all they. If it's a straight, beautiful person, for example, if it's a straight, beautiful person, I guarantee you they'll have 100,000 people looking at them. And he's if he's right wing, and he's fucking you know, it's funny about that. It's like if he's right wing and he's straight and he's beautiful, yeah, yeah, straight people are normal. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like they want normal straight people to talk, but they don't want a faggot transgender person to talk, you know. They don't like a transgender to criticize them, you know. It's funny about that. It's funny about how they kind of like they don't want a transgender to speak and criticize them. You know, that's why they want to shut me down because it's funny. You know, gay people, you need to come out. You need to come out on YouTube and start talking and give your voice and your opinion about straight people. You know, I'm encouraging gay people to come out and fucking talk and tell them about your life. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm telling. I'm encouraging gay people to fucking come out and tell everybody how you really are in your life, you know? And then you understand how gay people are. You understand their life story, you know? That's one thing about straight people. They don't want to understand about gay or transgender people. Straight people do not want to understand gay or transgender people. They don't want to understand what goes through their minds. That's the one thing about straight people. They don't want to understand what goes through our minds, what we think about, how we think. You know? Yeah, I'm kind of, it's funny, the liberal part. I used to be a liberal. I used to listen to a lot of liberal stuff, their point of view. Because my dad is a fucking right wing. My dad is a conservative. My dad is a fucking conservative. And I got tired of it. It's funny. It's like conservative people are so, they don't know how unfair they treat gay people. They really do. People, they don't know how unfair they treat gay people, It's funny. It's like my brother when they built his house, and he's gay. A straight person put fag on the cement. My brother took a picture of it because that the construction people are fucking homophobes. Yeah, they put fag on the cement. So yeah, you still have homophobia. You still have homophobia. You still have transgender phobia. You still have prejudiceness. And I'm here to speak my mind out. I'm here to say shit that it's gonna hurt. Yeah, it's gonna hurt, but it's like I'm sick. I just want a life where everybody could be themselves. Be myself. Everybody tells me to be my fucking self, and I'm being myself when I speak, That's all I'm saying. Be yourself. It may be controversial what I say. The things that I say are harsh, but it's like I'm being myself when I do it, Even for this, that's what I like. That's why I like people who can be themselves. Those are the people I trust the most, I trust the most who the ones who are themselves that doesn't hide. That's the way. That's how I work. I don't like people who hide behind things and not be who they really are. And I got these fucking trolls, who really don't like who I really am, and they're forcing me to be something that I'm not. It's funny. I love pink. I really do love pink. I wear pink all the time. Pink is my color. I'm not ashamed to wear pink at all. Everybody should wear pink. I've seen guys out there wearing pink, and it's like, yeah, it's great. Guys are wearing pink. Outrageous colors. Wear outrageous colors, bright colors. Sometimes when I look, that's why it's funny about this color. It's bright. It does make me feel good. It calms me down. When I wear pink, even though I don't sound like I'm fucking calm. It's like when I wear pink, it's like it gives me confidence. Because back then, if you saw the real me, I was shy. I was fucking shy. I was a mumbler. I mumbled when I was little. I was a mumbler. I was like, I was never outspoken. And then until I came on YouTube, it's like the first beginning of YouTube. I was kind of, I wasn't really, outspoken until I got used to it. After doing like 800 videos of YouTube, right? My confidence is starting to build up. YouTube builds my confidence up. And it's funny. The trolls are kind of like testing me in a way. If you think about it, trolls are testing me, and I kind of realize, yeah, I fight back. I'm a fighter. I am a fucking fighter. That's funny about, we should, it's good to be a fighter. The things I believe in, I don't care if you guys don't believe it or not. I believe in what I believe in. It may sounds like for you, it's like it's funny about you, the people. It's like for me, it's like I used to be when I was younger. I believed in UFOs. I used to believe in Bigfoot. I believe in Bigfoot. I believe in. I like the weird and unusual. I like the weird stuff that people don't like to hear. I like to find stuff that people don't like to hear, and I like to take it out and show people what it is. Like, yeah, it's funny about the 130,000 missing kids on this fucking planet. I found out there was 130,000 missing kids, and none of these trolls knew about it. None of these trolls knew about it, and they're all Christians. So I use that against them since they're using the bullshit thing on me, making something on me that I'm not, and then they reported me on that because I used that against them. So I realized how much a poor sport they really are, how much a fucking fraud they really are. Finding information, because trolls do not find informations at all. Only thing their main concentration on a troll is to find information on me. So the way I did, I found my information, completely different from how they find their information. My information came from from Bill Wilcox. From the Dark Fleet. How they there's one thing you guys need to understand: they kidnap children to go on they put them on a ship for 20 years. And then they're training them to go out there in space, They have psyop abilities. They have metaphysical abilities. The children's do. Because they have something up there that switches. There's a switch inside of you that switches your metaphysical abilities on. They're telepaths. Telepath is a metaphysical ability. That's the one thing. That's why humans are so ignorant right now, because they don't want the ETs. That all the technology that we have down here are from the people are from the outsiders, and they're way ahead, way more. They're like billions of years ahead of us, actually, and they're always going to be 10 steps ahead of us. They can read your mind. I'm going to tell you, they can read your fucking mind. They'll know exactly what you're going to think before you're going to think. Yeah. So having a metaphysical ability actually comes in handy, because you're gonna know what they're going to think before they're going to think. Because when you go against these fuckers, hell, these fuckers. I mean, there are nice off-worlders. I'm going to tell you that there are nice off-worlders that are supporting us, and there are the ones that there's some of them that are really nasty. They are very nasty. You look at them, they'll hypnotize you, and they'll eat your ass. Yeah, human beings. This one thing. That's why I call you guys so ignorant, because you don't know what you're gonna. When 40 years from now, 40 years from now, you're gonna know everything. In 40 years from now, and it's gonna fucking you're gonna have a hard time adjusting to it. But the technology is gonna come quick. So all I'm doing is just letting you guys know early. Since you guys are in your 20s, 26, 30s, I don't care how old, you still have like another 30, 40 years from now. It's going to go fast. You're going to see a lot of shit. Unexplained shit. You're going to hear a lot of unexplained shit. You're going to see a lot of unexplained shit. And it's not about gender anymore. It's not about male or female. It's about humanity, So you guys, All I'm doing is preparing you guys for a heavy duty shock. You know, because your parents don't know shit. Your parents do not know all this shit. You know, your parents are so. Your parents is not going to know all this kind of stuff. Your parents will. I don't think your parents could handle this, the stuff that's going to come at us. You know. Yeah, I guess you know it's funny. You can call me crazy. You can call me whatever you want to call me. You know, that's all I'm saying. Because out there in the universe, it's completely. If you want to be free, you want to survive, and out there in the universe, you gotta have metaphysical abilities if you're gonna survive out there. You know, you gotta have metaphysical abilities if you're gonna survive out there. Because sooner or later, you know, this planet, you're gonna overpopulate this planet, and sooner or later you're gonna move to another. You're gonna move to Mars. That's the thing. You're gonna move to Mars when you overpopulate. And Mars has already been habited. I mean, we already have bases on Mars right now. We do have bases on Mars. We do have bases on on the moon. That's one thing you guys don't realize. And on Mars, you got to understand there are insect people, and you guys will that will be the biggest shocker. You're gonna look at them like demons, especially your religious fucks. You know, you're gonna see them as demons, and they're not really bad people. Yeah, I knew you guys will fucking walk away, fucking cowards. Yeah, you fucking cowards. You walked away. Have a nice day.